Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roller this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a contract. Moving through the city, we be going. Roller this, you pullin' up, you know it. Fresher than a max contract. Pullin' up, we walkin' in, we walkin' in them.
Every time you see me, know I look like Stephen Curry money. Like finals every year, what you expect from me? I'm jiggier than like a field. Moving like a Reeves if I play the field.
I bought a black on black Benz with some hammers on that thing and the Alpine pull-out seating deck. And when I got home, my father was like, "That's nice. Where's mine at?" So then we got in the car and had
Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roller this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a contract. Moving through the city, we be going. Roller this, you pullin' up, you know it. Fresher than a max contract. Pullin' up, we walkin' in, we walkin' in the back. Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roller this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a contract. Moving through the city, we be going. Roller this, you pullin' up, you know it. Fresher than a max contract. Pullin' up, we walkin' in, we walkin' in them.
Every time you see me, know I look like Stephen Curry money. Like finals every year, what you expect from me? I'm jiggier than like a field. Moving like a Reeves if I play the field. I ain't seen a front entrance in about 6 months. I don't even know what it looked like. You still struggle with security, what's that life? I'm on a different wave at the Clippers game. Got your woman texting me while I'm talking to Doc. Phone ringing through the presser, had to text her to stop. While she sitting parallel to the niggas she got. I've been the realest since my rookie deal. 85 mic when I pull up here, yeah. And you pull up like a lower candy. Speaking from your burner, saying you can't stand me.
Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roller this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a
Yo, what is good? We're here, we're live, we're back after a while. Shout out to all of the fans. We are streaming this live in its entirety, on an actual camera for the first time in a while. We actually got the high quality stuff for y'all today. So shout out to everybody out there that's listening. Shout out to everybody out there that's watching. Shout out to everybody out there that's streaming. If you're listening to us on podcasts, if you can hear us on SoundCloud, if you hear us on Spotify, if you hear us on iHeartMedia, if you hear us on YouTube, if you see us on Twitter, if you see us on Instagram, if you see us on TikTok at HoopsNBrews, make sure you go follow our TikTok. I'm on that mug all the time. Get on there. Get hip with it. Hoops and Brews TikTok. You can find us everywhere. HoopsNBrews.com, HNBSports.com. I mean, goddamn, when will it end? Exactly.
By the way, TikTok is like the most like new millennial application.
It's
ever.
just a longer Vine.
I know.
It's literally, it's just longer Vine.
I know it's a longer Vine.
Like I feel it's just longer Vine. It's just we just older now,
I
so
know.
we get new pieces of technology.
Yeah,
we like, what is this?
Yeah, I like logged
You know
on
what I
TikTok.
mean?
I'm like, yo, what is this?
Yeah, like
bro?
what is?
I
this
heard
shit?
like 3 songs within the first 15 minutes of TikTok I've never heard in my life.
Really?
Yeah. It's like 3 DaBaby songs I've never heard before.
Oh,
within the first 16
funny.
seconds of me being on TikTok, I'm like, okay, I guess this is what goes on.
3 DaBaby songs.
I've never heard before. I'm like, okay, I guess this is what goes on in like under 18-year-old world. All right.
Yeah, that's funny. But anyways, man, welcome to Hoops and Brews. It's Hoops and Brews episode number 176. Yes, that's 176. So you've heard me say 176 times, welcome to Hoops and Brews. As always, it's your boy TPJ. Find me on Twitter, Instagram at RealTPJ. That's ReelTPJ. It's a film joke. If you don't get it, you damn dummy. And as always, the show co-stars rapper extraordinaire Pavy. Go ahead, get your plug in. Talk to the people about what you got going on. I heard you got some new shit dropping.
Yeah, as always, man. Follow me on Twitter at Pavy World, Pavy World, all one word. Got a video dropping tomorrow, actually, the fill-in video. It will actually be dropping on the HNB YouTube account. So when you see it come up, that's me. It's a new video. For Record All Pavers Volume 2. So, yeah, got that coming out this week. Should be a new project coming out for you. A new Rolodex project coming out for you guys. I think on like the 23rd or something like that. So, got a couple things coming out. Pavers.com, as always, the Pavers Explained podcast. That's always a thing. That's always going. So, yeah, Pavers.com.
Yeah, man, get out there. Check out that Pavers Explained podcast. Get some knowledge dropped on you. If you ain't got no game and you wonder how to holler at the ladies, or if you're just wondering how to be a scumbag in Hollywood, just go and listen. Just go and listen, and he gonna put you up on game. I didn't say he was, but that don't mean he can't teach you how to do it.
I held a woman's hand in the club last night and told her why I love the nails.
Scumbag activity.
She has some really nice nails.
It's scumbag activity.
I killed her.
Scumbag activity.
I didn't.
I say Hollywood scumbag activity. This man gonna say, what? They gonna say, I held a woman in the hand in the club last night. Told her how nice her nails was. Scumbag activity. I bet you got an Instagram too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was like, nice to meet you. She said, likewise, have a great week. I responded back, see you soon, ? She said, yeah, just let me know. I'm like,
see, this is even more reason why you need to check out that Pavers Explained podcast.
Check it out.
But anyway, man, it's Hoops and Brews. We drink beer. We talk basketball. Today, we're actually filming on a Monday. We usually film on a Saturday or Sunday. But since, I got the fast internet and it goes super fast, I decided to go ahead and stream today. Rather than on a Saturday or Sunday, so that way y'all can get the fresh takes. Because honestly, if we would have recorded this yesterday,
I've been mad.
We would have missed what is gonna be our first topic, and that is what's wrong with the Clippers, bro. It's gee, what's wrong with them, bro?
Okay.
Like, look. Every hot take you done heard me say about them having a great team and a roster and all of it, it's true. But this is also a testament to the job that Steve Kerr did in Golden State. And this is also why I think that when you criticize that man and said that he wasn't that good of a coach, or you had to see it with different rosters, you said, he's a good coach, but I got to see it with rosters. I got to see it with every roster.
Hold on.
You didn't say that?
You put more words in my mouth. I said I don't put him on the same level as a Phil Jackson or a Greg Popovich because I have not seen him do it with different rosters.
Is he a better coach than Doc Rivers to you?
I can't say all that.
I
can't say all that.
Then this is my point.
I can't.
Then this is my point. And that's no disrespect to Doc.
I can't.
But 3 rings?
But
they speak.
But
they speak loudly.
And he half the time ain't there.
Yeah.
So like even when I went to the game the other day, like I actually walked away very, very impressed with the Warriors. Like no matter what, every game they're gonna at least give you a fight. They're not gonna come in and just get rolled over for the most part.
Yeah.
They go out there to give you a fight. They play basketball the right way. Like the system and the plays still work. It's just that the guys that's shooting the ball ain't Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, KD. It's not those guys. Now it's Alex Burks. So now it's Omari Spellman, who I like Omari Spellman, but again, that's not Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. But I will say I've been very impressed by the coaching job that Steve Kerr has done this year. I will say that.
My whole point, as you try to cop pleas for your previous takes of the past. See, a lot of these takes that you had, they're starting to slowly come back to haunt you.
Hell.
They are.
I meant what I know.
You've been backpedaling on a lot of takes that you'd have had before lately.
All I said was I want to see him do it with multiple rosters.
the testament of greatness is doing it throughout the years, not for a 4 or 5 year stretch.
Hey, if you told me that, like I told you way back when you said it, if you telling me that Phil had a completely different roster before Mike retired and after Mike retired, then so did Steve Kerr, because adding Kevin Durant changed the roster completely.
But here you go. Then you go to the Lakers, and then you retire again. Then you come back again to the Lakers. Popovich, 20 years in the playoffs. 20 years. Still might make the playoffs this year. I'm saying the mark of greatness.
So when Steve Kerr hit a decade, this decade, which I think he only got 2-3 more years left to coach in his decade.
No, he's been coaching. No, he's been coaching since I think he took the job in 2015. So 2014, 2015. So if he can get to 2025, then okay, we can have some real discussions. We're putting him up there with
wild.
No, I just believe the mark of greatness is consistency.
No, the mark of greatness is winning.
Consistency.
Jimmy Johnson ain't considered a Hall of Famer because of consistency. He won. He won in a short window, and then once it was over, it was over.
Football's a little bit different, though. Here's why.
It ain't that. We're talking about coaching, bro. Coaching, though. Coaching is coaching, bro.
Yes.
Good coaching is good coaching. It's not the same. It's not like the players with like team sizes. It's actually harder to coach in the NBA because there's more egos.
But then what? Then what? The NFL?
Yeah.
Gee, you got 53 people on the roster.
Yeah, you got 53, but you don't have to individually always engage with those guys. You got different coaches and coordinators that's going to deal with the DBs, that's going to deal with the special teams.
But you got to engage with all of them and manage all of their egos.
I understand that, but being upper management is a lot easier than when you got to manage everybody.
And also it depends on what type of coach you are, because I feel like some coaches, even in football, are a little bit more hands-on than other coaches. Like, for instance, you got some coaches who call the plays for the offense. Some coaches call the plays for the defense. Some coaches are more hands-on than other coaches, so I can't say that. But I do want to say with football, the reason why it's different to me because, like, if you win 2-3 rings, like, in a 4-year span in football, that's really unheard of. Basketball is a little bit more unheard of. Football, that's kind of unheard of. It don't really happen like that. And also with the Jimmy Johnson thing, he basically built the team up too. He was the one that traded Herschel Walker for all them picks. That became Emmitt Smith. That became Michael Irvin. So he had a hand, and he basically was GM in the team.
Okay, so Steve Kerr ain't, but that's disrespect for Steve Kerr. Did Steve Kerr ain't have a hand in none of that?
What?
In helping to build the roster and the team? Come on.
No. Come on. The team was already built for the most part. Now look. This is nothing against Steve Kerr. Now, again, for the one.
This is the problem I got with y'all. I know we talking about the Clippers, but this is my whole point about all this. I'm glad we having this discussion because it goes to show how hard it is to sustain chemistry within a locker room. And getting guys that are talented to want to play together and come together as talent is a different thing than just having a bunch of talented guys on the roster. And right now the Clippers got a bunch of talented guys on the roster that don't seem like they are playing together.
And I also think we make it a little bit too much of this for one. One thing. Here's why. They're still like 15 years above 505th in the West. For one. Number two, I think one of the real issues is you can't never get no own. Like you got basically a new team that ain't really played together. They played one game together as a new team. One game. So you even see, for instance, there was a handoff last night between Jermichael Green and Roddy McGruder. I swear to God, I done watched 28 Clippers games. I've never seen that before. So you got people being placed in situations that they wouldn't normally be placed in. Also, I think the real issue with the Clippers right now is just they have to be more careful with the basketball. That's the number one. Like the number one issue is they had to be more careful with the ball. And I know some people say, "Oh, they need to trade for a point guard."
They do.
But
they need a point guard.
Here's my thing. A lot of these turnovers are not because they don't have a point guard. It's like somebody dribbling the ball off the leg. I saw one play yesterday. Lou gets switched on Jokic. Lou, instead of taking Jokic, like drives to the rim, gets trapped underneath the rim and tries to kick the ball back out. What are you doing? Think like, what are you doing, bro? You have Jokic and you are Lou Williams. Shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So in Kawhi, dribbling the ball off his leg, use the Roddy McGruder, Jermichael Green handoff. Why the fuck is that even a play?
But why they not playing defense?
Because you turn the ball over. If you turn the ball over 8 times in the quarter, how you gonna play defense?
Look. I've been the biggest Warriors fan that you could probably find on Twitter that ain't a psychopath.
And they still 7th in defensive rating. They defense is ranked 7th.
And guess what? They are championship or bust. This is not a year where you get a year to experiment and pussyfoot around and try to play and be like, oh, we got a roster now. Now we got to figure it out over there. No, you win now. You don't go and get the guy that was the Finals MVP last year that went to a Raptors team and took a Raptors team that was a good team and put them over the top. This Clippers team last year, they were a good team.
They were a mediocre team. The Raptors, no mediocre. The Raptors were a good team.
The Raptors were a good team. You said great. I said good.
Okay.
Make up your mind.
Okay, fine.
I said good.
Okay.
You just said great.
Fine. The Raptors were a good team. The Clippers were a mediocre team last year.
The Clippers weren't a mediocre. A mediocre team don't take the team that have been to the finals 5
years
in a row, 6.
They won 48 games.
I can't agree with that.
They won 48 games.
I can't agree with that. That's a cop out.
The Raptors, hold on, wait. No.
That's a cop out.
The Raptors have been a consistent 50-win team with that roster.
That's a cop out.
The Raptors have been a consistent 50-win team.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Facts.
And guess what? And every year when the Raptors went against the best team in their conference, they got that ass spanked.
By LeBron.
They got that ass swept.
Okay, they lost to LeBron.
They got that ass swept.
Okay.
And them against Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson went 6.
Okay.
No, they were a good team last year.
They were a mediocre.
Fuck is ringing my goddamn?
They were a mediocre team last year.
No.
They were a mediocre team. But again, I with the Clippers, bro, I think they're still 7th in defensive rating, they're 5th in offensive rating. I'm not about to go entirely too crazy about what's going on. Honestly, that is hilarious. I'm not about to go too crazy about what's going on. I just think, again, the real issue, I don't think they need to trade for some point guard. I don't think that's what they need to do. I think they need to just have the people on the team need to take better care of the basketball. I mean, even you saw, I was at, after the game, Doc mentioned that he actually gave Patrick Beverly his play sheet. And I think that was what game was that afterwards? That was after who have they played recently? I think that was after the Knicks game, I think. When he said he gave Pat Bev his play sheet, and he's only done that for Rondo and Chris Paul.
For the record, that was not Scott asking for quarters.
Well, regardless,
it's my bad, yo. TPJ Studios, you hear it.
I just think they need to take better care of the basketball.
Low-key, that would be a fire idea to bring our guest on now. Just have them like, hey, ring the bell. I'm gonna open up the door. You
come in and sit down.
Gee, that's fire. We gotta start doing that. Gee, like, hey, I'm gonna signal you. You just go outside, ring the doorbell, and I'm gonna come get you. And you can walk in and sit down. That's fire. But no.
Like again, I think against the Warriors they had 17 turnovers throughout the first 3 quarters.
Unacceptable.
Against the Nuggets, they had 8 turnovers in the second quarter. Now, that is unacceptable because, again, if you do that in the playoffs, what you're going to see is, let's say you get matched up against the Rockets in the first round. Turn the ball over 8 times with Russell Westbrook on the court with how many threes they shoot. The only reason why the Nuggets game last night was even somewhat manageable was because the Nuggets play slow. So you got Jokic out there, so you ain't playing that fast. So you can turn the ball over 8 quarters against the Nuggets, and the game still be somewhat in reach.
So what is wrong with the Clippers? Because
they need to take better care of the basketball.
They
need to take better care of the basketball, and I think that they need to actually get some consistency with their guys actually being on the court. I think it's very, very hard for a new team to figure out what they're doing when half the team don't play. Like, bro, PG come back for a game and he out. Kawhi don't play back-to-backs. Pat been out. Landry been out. Lou been out. The only guy who really ain't been out is Trez and Zoo. Everybody been out. And they don't practice that much. They've had maybe 3 practices.
I'm gonna keep it G with you. I'm sick of the practice excuse, man. I don't want to hear that, man. I'm sorry.
It's a real thing.
Sorry.
It's a real thing.
I'm sorry. You have a good team. You gained 2 top 5 players in the NBA.
Yeah, but people's roles switch.
Stop. I don't want to. Just let me. I let you. You just talk for however long you just talk. You have a team with 2 of the top 5 guys in the NBA. They're not playing the same position. It's not like they have conflicts with each other in the offense. Their problem is not offense. Their problem is strapping up on defense. You talking to me about their rating. Their rating means jack shit to me because I watch them every single night and I analyze them. I write about them. I cover them and I talk to them every damn time they play. And if I don't talk to them, you talking to them and I got to rewatch it to put it up on the channel. So I know about them. I'm in the locker room. I hear it in the locker room. I see things around. So I'm not just some podcaster talking about a team that I have no knowledge about. This team problem is chemistry, defense, and giving a fuck. And they don't give a fuck because they think that they have Kawhi and they're a good team. And unlike the Raptors last year, who is a franchise that has never had anything, so you it's kind of like when you give a little kid like a really nice toy and he never had a nice toy before. He ain't even gonna really want to play with the motherfucker because he like, yo, this toy's so cold. I'm just glad I got it. I'm gonna just look at it. I might play with it a little bit. I'm gonna just sit it there. And then as it kind of goes on, you're like, all right, cool. Now I got it. I'm accustomed to it. We're gonna play. That's what Kawhi was doing last year. They was happy they had him. It's like, you know what? We don't need to. I don't want to break it because I just got it. and this is the nicest toy I ever had, so I'm chilling. And they didn't want to break them, so they went along. But the rest of the team was like, yo, let's get it because we got this new toy. So all we got to do is get there. And all they did was get there. This team is looking like we got Kawhi, we got Paul George. All we got to do is get to the playoffs. We'll be fine. I've heard Doc say a million times, we don't care about the record. I've heard the players say a million times, I'm not looking at the standard. I don't care about that. I'm just worried about us getting together and when it's a game at a time. We going to the play. Like, I'm just saying, the give a fuck aspect is not there.
I agree with that.
The team chemistry aspect is not there. And it's not even talking locker room chemistry because I've never seen anybody in their locker room have any disagreements. I've seen players laugh and joke with each other all the time. I see guys talking to each other. It might not like be all of them huddled around, but also it'd be like 80 million motherfuckers in the locker room. So even if you are trying to build chemistry after the locker room, it's 80 million motherfuckers in there. What? I'm finna go walk around or through 80 people in a towel to go and holler at the homie at his locker? No, you're not doing that. You know how many people it'd be in. It'd be a lot of people in the locker room. So it's not like the in locker room chemistry is bad, but I do look at this team on the floor, and I'm seeing guys that want to get theirs, but I'm also seeing guys that shouldn't be on the floor, and I'm seeing guys that, as good as this roster is to configure against certain teams, there are certain teams that are matchup nightmares for them, and they're matchup nightmares for them because the Clippers haven't built any good habits. What good habits do they have? Literally, I'm asking you. What good habits do they have as a team, other than literally respecting their coach?
I mean,
I have not seen any good habits from them. Like even the team last year. The one thing we always said about that team last year was, yo, they play hard as hell.
I think
this team, even Chauncey Billups, every broadcast he like, yo, I wish they could just play like this for the first 3 quarters and not wait until the fourth quarter to act like they care.
That's
go ahead.
That part at least
go ahead.
Is at least it seems like when the lights are the brightest and when the pressure is the biggest, they at least step up to the challenge. It seems like it. The issue is you don't need to wait 4 quarters to do that. Again, if they could do that for the first 3 quarters, you wouldn't put yourself in position for the first 4 quarters. And again, I agree with you about the giving the fuck. I even think the turnovers are part of giving the fuck. Because again, these aren't turnovers like, oh, you're not getting into your sets, you don't have an offense, it's you dribbling the ball off your leg. Like,
it's not like they out there getting strapped up by Gary Payton.
Yeah, it's just like
GP ain't out there.
Yeah, it's like just dribbling the ball off your leg, throwing the ball out of bounds when somebody ain't looking. Like these are, luckily for them, it's all fixable things, but it's still early. But with the thing about record is, I don't want you to do this the whole season. Then you get to the playoffs, especially with like a new group, like the Warriors. You could do that 2-3 years in like when you in your 3rd year because you done won 2 championships. We don't give a fuck. Like we don't, and like even them, it came back to bite them a little bit.
I don't think it came back to bite them. Injuries came back to bite them.
Yes, that. But
even if DeMarcus Cousins would have been healthy that entire playoffs, everything was different.
But hold on. Like injuries. Obviously, you play more games. Body starts to mileage starts to rack up. Let's say you don't lose a 30-point lead. You sweep them. You get to go get some rest, sleep for a week. They then come into the Rocket series instead of letting it go 6 games. Just saying small things like that. So I mean, like things like that. But again, my main thing with this team is just taking care of the basketball. I think taking care of the basketball, and I'm with you about the giving the fuck aspect. I think a lot of them I think they want a ring. And like, no, Kawhi won the ring with the Raptors.
I think all of them, with the exception of Montrezl Harrell, think that they're automatic lock to get wherever they think they're gonna get.
Yeah, like even I heard Lou, like real quick. Like even I heard Lou was like, oh, well, you gotta feel about y'all the underdog. He like, I mean, well, like we not the underdog no more.
I mean,
the way he said it was like we're the favorite,
or like we're the hunted,
Not really.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
like,
yet.
Not
really.
They
don't respect you like
that.
Yeah,
like not really.
Not
it's
yet.
like they respect Kawhi, but the rest of y'all.
I mean, even PG. I mean,
the rest of y'all.
Every time I tell somebody I'm covering the Clippers, they always want to argue me in regards to the Lakers, obviously, because we live in LA.
Yeah.
But people don't. But I've never heard a Lakers fan be like, "Oh, Kawhi, whatever." But every other guy on the roster, they have opinions.
Yeah, like not really.
Y'all not there yet.
Like even with the Raptors, I think what helped them with Kawhi was the fact they failed before. They failed many times.
Yeah,
and they can look at them like, "Yo, we realized the opportunity that we got." DeMar gone. We love DeMar. DeMar was an all-star. DeMar is arguably the greatest player in franchise history.
But he ain't Kawhi.
He ain't Kawhi. We got Kawhi. We got a real opportunity. No matter what he do, the rest of us, and you got and you're talking about guys who have been in that system for years and years and years. Thing with the Clippers is you bring in 2 guys as opposed to 1.
Yeah.
2 guys and the other guy role switch. When Kawhi came, nobody role really changed for the most part.
Yeah, but
Norman Powell role changed. But not really, because Norman Powell wouldn't even start anyway. So OG role changed. But he 2 years pro.
Yeah, and actually it opened up Van Vliet's role a little bit because they needed another perimeter
ball handler. So
which is the problem with this Clippers team. They need a perimeter ball handler. And
I don't think it's so much. But I don't think that's so much. I think sure it could help, but then
I've said the Lakers should go and get DJ Augustine. The Clippers should go and get. But here's
but here's the thing about bringing in one more guard. What happens to Lou and what happens to Pat? What happens to some of those guys? Landry. What happens to some of those guys' minutes? I don't think
we trying to win a championship,
I feel you, but I don't.
Landry is in his second year, right?
I feel you, but I don't think
Landry in his second year, right?
Yeah, but I don't
sit down.
But listen, bro, I don't think bringing in another. But also with Landry the shooter. So it's like even if he's missing shots, the fact that he might make it opens up the floor for other people. I don't think another ball handler is an issue. I'm with you on the fact of giving a fuck. You have to value possessions more. This bro, these turnovers are bro, if Kawhi gonna dribble the ball off his leg, the fuck is a point guard gonna do? If Lou Will's gonna get switched on Jokic and dribble himself into a trap, the hell is a point guard gonna do?
All of these guys don't need to have the ball that much.
Who don't need to have the ball?
I don't think Lou and Kawhi need to have the ball as much. I don't think they need to. I think even with Kawhi this year, Kawhi has had to become a volume scorer this year, and that's never been his game.
Yeah,
he's a volume scorer. No, Kawhi has always been a scorer, but he's never had to put up volume numbers. And I feel like this year he's had to put up volume numbers.
The reason why I disagree with that is because I think that,
and I don't even know what his shot attempts are. This is literally just for me watching him play.
20 last year was at 18.8.
Yeah, he's had to be a volume. He's had to be a volume scorer this year, and that's not what his game is predicated on.
Yes, but here's why I would disagree with that. I think that he hasn't been at because guys have missed time. Like PG was gone for the first month. Lou been gone. Some of the games he playing, Lou ain't even there. PG ain't even there. Like, I think if you add all those guys back in, then yeah, sure, he can go more down to 18.8. But I also think Kawhi is an isolation type scorer. Like, that's what he does. That's what he does best. Now, the one thing that I would say in some games, I think he takes a little bit too many threes, especially with the way he's been shooting from 3 this year. It hasn't been the best.
I think the spacing is what affects those. But also I think that his my bad. I definitely just made that way too big. I think the spacing is what contributes to that. But I also think the fact, like I said, that he has to dribble the ball a lot more is the reason why he's taking those threes. Because before, he wouldn't have to be the primary ball handler. It would be Lowry, it would be Van Vliet, it would be any other these other guys that would be ball handlers. And this year he has to handle the ball a lot more, which means that he has to take threes. Because if you look, a lot of his threes don't necessarily come early in possessions. They come late in possessions when it's 4 or 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and he has no other option other than to put up a three because everybody else is covered. The problem with this team is that they are missing a shooter and they're missing a playmaker. And they have the size, the athleticism, and the length to be able to contend with the Lakers, to be able to contend with the Jazz, but they don't have the perimeter defense, I think, to be able to contend with a team like the Rockets.
Oh, now
or
you
to
agree
be
with
able,
me. Now you agree with me.
Yeah, but the tweet that I tweeted before the game versus the Nuggets was, this game will tell me a lot about the Clippers, whether they're in trouble or whether they cool, and they're in trouble. And there's no. the season ain't over, but I'm picking them to make the finals. They look like a second round exit. Even during the preseason, the Nuggets was waxing that ass. The Nuggets, I was there at the preseason game. The Nuggets was waxing that ass. And they very likely can wind up facing them in the first or the second round.
But again,
and I don't know how you gonna stop. And it's not even about stopping Jokic, because I think Zubac always plays well against Jokic. I think it's Jokic's ability to be able to pass that I think is the thing that hurts them the most, because of the fact that the Nuggets have a lot of guys that can slash, but the Clippers don't have a lot of defenders that can defend guys that are slashers. Pat Bev is the only real man-on-man defender they have. And even him, when I'm looking at him, chasing, and going around screens, he was going over the screen for Jamal Murray, but he was way behind Jamal Murray over the screen. So if you 2-3 steps behind Jamal Murray over the screen, if I'm Jokic, we're just gonna run him around screens and pass them open all day long.
Also,
so that's what I'm seeing from them. And they need a playmaker and they need a shooter. And Patrick Patterson needs to stop starting.
He needs to stop starting.
Because I understand the thought process.
I get the thought of spacing,
you want to space the floor, but you can go back and you can look at all of his plus minuses in these games in the first half. They're usually not that great. And if they are, they're usually fairly close to even. And he's a shooter, but he doesn't need to start. I would much rather JaMychal start. I would much rather but it's not even a thing. If you doc and you don't necessarily think you're gonna be able to get the shooting that you was getting from Mo, that you can get from Patrick Patterson, JaMychal started off the season very hot. I would much rather you just start him than to put Patterson out there. I feel like Patterson, even when I'm looking at teams in transition, getting back against the Clippers, Patterson is usually one of the last 3 to 4 getting back. So if you guys, so in the modern day NBA, the 3s and 4s are really more like 2s and 3s, or really like true 3s. They getting up the court, and if they getting up the court, pass up, you ain't there. You gotta somebody else got to take over your rotation. They got to take over your rotation, and the defense is out of whack. And then before you know it, you give up a 3. They gave up like 8 threes to the Nuggets in like the first half. That's unacceptable. They have to give a fuck. If they don't give a fuck, they're going to get their ass bounced, and everybody going to be laughing at their ass like they've been doing for the Clippers for however many long. And I don't think that this is the year when they should be a laughingstock, because you got 2 of the best 5 guys in the NBA. You got arguably the best player in the NBA. There is no excuse. So either get it done, big fella, or y'all going to have to face some music. But y'all ain't no super team yet. Y'all ain't there.
I think Mo should start. Reason being is because, for one, like Doc said, he feels more comfortable guarding smaller guards. So that gives you a chance to let Kawhi rest, to let PG rest. You can put Mo on the best perimeter play. Let's say you match him against Dallas. You can put, Mo on Luka and feel comfortable with that. You can put Mo on Harden and feel comfortable. You can put Mo on these guys and feel comfortable with that. Also, I don't think Mo's a terrible shooter. He shoots 33% from the field. He did play in Portland as well. Portland also needs somebody to space for him to be able to hit that shot. I don't think Mo is a terrible shooter as well. I think it's from the corners.
There's a lot of things Mo does that I didn't know he could do.
Yeah, Mo
off the dribble, the things I see him do sometimes.
Yeah,
Mo can
it doesn't.
Pat can't do that.
To me, it's a no-brainer. I don't know. I get the thought process of why Pat starts, but just start Mo Harkless. But again, I don't think it's like that they're in some grave danger. I just think that it was from the beginning of the season. Whatever I said about the Western Conference, I think everything is about matchup. It's certain teams that I don't think certain teams can beat. I think that everybody needs a favorable match, which is why I think this is the one year where seeding does matter. I don't think there's no team that can just beat anybody. Any team. I think you got certain teams, we can beat you, but we can't beat you. But that's because of how everything is constructed. There's no real super teams.
I think the Lakers are the only team that could potentially beat anybody.
I don't think they could beat the Clippers. I swear to God, I don't think they could beat the Clippers.
But the one team that I don't think that they could beat would be the Clippers. But also, it depends. Is Anthony Davis going to go out there and be the AD he done been all season, giving me 29, 13, and 2 blocks?
Yeah, but the thing about AD is like AD, the way he played, I can put Trez on AD and at least feel comfortable about it. I can feel comfortable about that. Yeah,
until he decide that he gonna hit that next level. And that's the thing that I've been looking for AD, and the reason why I said AD is the guy on this team and not LeBron. I still think AD is the best player on this team this year.
Is like AD.
I think LeBron is still the best because the best by reputation. But in terms of potency and talent right now, it's really AD a little bit above Braun, but Braun is Braun, so you can't. Yeah,
but the thing about AD is even that next level includes a lot of mid-range jumpers. If you go sit out there and shoot mid-range fadeaways, I'm fine with that. That's cool. It's not like, for instance, like when you saw Trez matched up on Jokic. Jokic's gonna lean on you, lay the ball up. Now you're gonna foul me.
And which also, is why Trez had 4-5 fouls. That's also why I said that I think Kawhi, if they played him in a series,
gonna lean on Kawhi too.
That's fine, but put some possessions on him or with Kawhi on him. Kawhi is a guy that is an all-world defender, and I've seen. Look. I've seen him literally slow down Giannis. He didn't stop him, but he slowed him down just enough that his team could win.
Yeah, but you also had Gasol behind you. You had Serge behind you.
And guess what? Guess what? You chose to come here. It's certain. Even as many times as you heard me, what have you heard me say about Braun? Sometime he got to step up and guard this guy. You're like, yeah, but that's too much on Bron body weight.
I'm not saying it's too much on him. I'm just like saying, like, I feel you on the Giannis thing, but look, Giannis and
I'm not saying the whole game. But Trans was getting 8 up in the fourth quarter. He was.
Giannis initiate his offense from the top of the perimeter, which makes that easier to guard, especially when you got guys behind you. Jokic is gonna get the ball on the block, lean on you 2 times. You're probably gonna have to collapse because he's like, I also
don't get why people collapse on Jokic. If Jokic gonna average 40 on me, let him average 40.
Because it's like because the thought process is you have to stop ball.
Why?
I understand. I would let him score.
You exchanging 2s for 3s.
I would let him score.
I would if Jokic wanted to average 50,
fuck it.
Average
Go ahead. But it's just like instinct, like, oh shit, I'm gonna collapse on him. Collapse, so you're gonna collapse. He's gonna either lay the ball up or kick out. Like, no, I think
Clippers also have to stop using it as much zone. I think that the amount of 3-point opportunities that they've been giving up this year, I think, is heavily because they've been using a lot more zone. I think he uses a lot more zone because they man-to-man defensive principles can't be what exactly he wants them to be because, as you said, they don't get to practice as much. But I feel like they've been getting picked apart in that zone. I also think that, especially if a team can shoot.
I also think that they have a lot of passionate guys, and that's good, but that's also an issue. Because in highly contested games, you see a lot of people fouling out, people getting thrown out, people start yelling at the refs. Like, they got a lot of passionate guys, but guys who can lose their composure.
They've been that way though. If you go back and look at the tape from the Clippers for the past 5 years, even Chris Paul was there. Everybody used to call them the most complaining team in the NBA.
That's an issue though.
They used to get a bunch of texts.
It's an issue though.
It's been an issue though.
But when you that passionate, you need somebody to be able to
look. Even Kawhi got a text. I was like, Kawhi.
But when you that passionate,
I said, Kawhi, why did you? I was like, hey, Kawhi, why? That's my first. I literally said, that's my first time ever seeing you, to my knowledge, get a technical. Why did you get a technical? What did he say?
Man said, I thought I was fouled. I just wanted to know what was going on. I was like, I felt him. He was getting fouled. Like, what the fuck going on, bro? Yeah. Like, what's going on?
The wildest part was, like, they called it as everybody was walking to the tunnels too. Like, when you there, like, you literally, I'm about to get up and walk to the elevator to go downstairs, and this man technical foul Kawhi. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, look, I don't even see him. I'm like, yeah, that's funny. But all right, let's go ahead. And let's get ready to move on from that. But any final thoughts on the Clippers?
Take better care of the ball, man. Like I can't stress it. Like, some of these turnovers I see are unforced. Like you said, it's not like Gary Payton up there ripping you up at the top of the key. That's not happening. You throwing the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, GP is not there.
GP is not there.
The glove is not on the floor.
The glove is not there. It's not like you get strapped. Like, if you get strapped, like if y'all playing against 2016 Kawhis, and he just like taking the ball away from you, you know what? Y'all throwing the ball out of bounds, dribbling the ball off your leg.
Yeah.
That's on you.
I agree. Anyways, let's talk my son. Zion Williamson is expected to make his return to the NBA. Obviously, he played, during the preseason.
Oh, then they have the Clippers. I think it's the next game. actually, but it's at New Orleans.
So I'm just saying. But Zion is set to, reportedly come back Thursday versus the Utah Jazz. The Pelicans are still only about 4 games outside of the playoff picture. Obviously, every team from pretty much 7 to 14 in the West is still fairly close. Zion's coming back. Preseason numbers were very, very high. His efficiency was high. He's a guy that had a 40 PER in college. Obviously, what do they have? 50 games left in the season or something like that. How many games they play right now? About 35. They
play more than 30. What's 14 plus 26?
Play 40 games. So he got 42 games left. Games, right. So 42 games essentially for Zion Williamson in his rookie season. For him, I think the only unfortunate part is that he probably won't win Rookie of the Year unless literally he comes back and his team just goes on a crazy tear. If he comes back and his team makes the playoffs, he's my Rookie of the Year. I've seen Ja Morant in person. I think Ja Morant is going to be one of the greatest point guards to ever live if he can sustain health, because he plays a little bit too wild for me, and I don't like his landing mechanics. But if they've worked with Zion on his landing mechanics, on his running mechanics, his jumping mechanics, and his walking mechanics, so that way he can put less stress on his knees, I think that is something that if you're a Pelicans fan, you should be prideful over and happy at, because a lot of the times teams wait before it's too late to try to retrain guys' bodies and minds to play better. And I think that what you've seen even with them with Lonzo's shot, right? The main problem that everybody was complaining about with the Lakers is that they ain't had no shooting coaches the past couple of years. Now you see they got a few shooting coaches this year because LeBron and Anthony Davis is there. You need a shooting coach. But what you see with the Pelicans is, Lonzo's shooting motion is like the old motion is completely gone. Like there is none of this anymore at all. It's literally up and out.
He was
straight up and out. He didn't know he was working on it. He was working on it, but it's a different level of fluidity that I've seen him, kind of hit at the step. So I'm looking at this Pelicans organization. I'm thinking, okay. Even seeing Zion's podcast with JJ Redick, he talked about how like they're always making him watch film, or they're making him do some type of workout, or they're coaching him on.
Podcast impressive, by the way, because I never really
but I'm just gonna say like so seeing what they're doing with him, I think they're looking at him and rather than trying to pound his body. Because they know that they want to be delicate with his body, they're pounding his mind and trying to make him a smarter basketball player. And a lot of things that you see from guys, and even Jalen Rose is saying Zion should redshirt. He was saying he should redshirt because he should, you can get to see the game, watch the game a little bit more. Well, I done got 40 games of watching the game. I played in it. I was out 40 games. If I ain't seen what I could see from this team in 40 games, I'm not going to see nothing differently next year. Well, I'm just going to have to come back and learn the team again because it's going to be a whole new team. So the fact that they've been really honing in and focusing in on his mind, it tells me the right thing. Seeing him dunk like that in the Garden lets me know that he's confident in his body. Because after guys have knee surgeries, you kind of wonder if they're going to still want to jump and land the same, or they're going to have the same confidence. He said 2 weeks ago, he could have been back 2 weeks ago. So I think we'll see. I'll let you talk, and then we can talk about specific in terms of numbers. But I'm excited to see him play. I'm glad he's playing. But seeing him, I'm seeing more of his mental, which is something that I really, really like, because he's a guy like Bron where you can easily come in the league and even I think Zion mentioned, he's like, like when I'm in college, I had a schedule, get up 3, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm in the NBA, like,
it's on me.
It's on me. Like I look, I'm like, man, guys I gotta work out on my own. Like other than the team, showing me film, I gotta do this on my own. So I think that him even recognizing that is something that even if a guy like Beasley and early on in his career would have really recognized that and wanted to.
Miami, it's hard, bro.
I understand.
It's hard, bro.
But I
even
understand it. I understand it. I'm not judging him, but I'm just saying, even if a guy like Beasley would have had that kind of mentality earlier on, he might have even been a much better pro as a pro. But you seeing a guy like Zion kind of come in, I don't see the pompous kind of thing that I would expect kind of to see from him. He's a humble young man, and I feel like he's going to be a student of the game, and I think that will give him much more longevity than a lot of people who think his body is going to fail him. Because if his mind is sharp, you can with his ability, there's no reason, even at the worst, with no athletic ability, he couldn't be Zebo or Zebo-like.
Larry Johnson.
You know what I mean?
Larry Johnson.
Even I'm saying even if his athleticism is not there,
Larry Johnson.
Still, go ahead.
I watched the podcast with Redick because first time I really heard him talk. I was like, you know what, you'll be all right. Like, you'll be fine. Yeah. I think his heart's in the right place. I think his mind's in the right place. So I think he'll be fine. It's probably actually not, nobody ever wants to get hurt, but it's probably good the injury happened to him, like, now, as you realize, hey, I'm like David Griffin said, like, hey, I'm not invincible. Like, things can happen to me.
Yeah.
As opposed to this happening to you in your third, fourth year, and then you hadn't really, put the right habits in.
Yeah.
As opposed to this happening to you right off the start, you realize, okay, I'm not invincible. It's a real thing. I really gotta take care of my body, watch my weight, watch the things I eat. Like, this is a full-time job. I'm not in college anymore. I think that's the one thing that hurts people. It's like, you never play as much basketball that you're gonna play in your rookie season. You gotta think, like, you were just in college, so you probably went to the tournament, you did all your workouts, that's much mileage on you, then you did preseason, then you did summer league, then you did a whole 82 game season. So you never gonna have as much stress on you as you're gonna have this season. So I think it's good that this happened. And again, like you said, you get to sit back, watch the game, see how you can help. See what everybody does and see, like, okay, all right, what do I need to do to make this team better? As far as the Pelicans making the playoffs, I doubt it. The reason being is I don't think, first of all, he's going to be on the minutes restriction. Then I'm just going to run him out there, I would assume, for 35 minutes a night. He's going to start out maybe with like a minutes restriction for like 2 weeks or something like that.
20 minutes of Zion is better than no minutes of Zion.
I know what I'm saying. He's going to start off with like a minutes restriction or something like that. I think it's also going to take a little bit of time for everybody to gel together, I think. I think that B.I. got to get a little bit less shots. I think he's what they've
been missing. Like, if you look at every and obviously the defense is more so been a problem with them. But even with Favors back, I honestly just think he's what they've been missing. I think Josh Hart projects better coming off the bench. and getting buckets off the bench. He's a guy that I looked at and I didn't have that much faith as a Laker. I thought he would be good, but now I'm actually going to be like, you know what? You could be at 85 at 2K. You can max out at 85.
Who, Josh?
Yeah.
No, we can't.
I think he can. I think he can.
Max
I think he
out
can.
at 9.
I think I see him being like a more slasher version of a Lou Will. I just think he can get buckets. I really do. And
I think he can max out. I think
he's better on the bench. So Zion coming back puts everybody in their actual position.
I think he can max out at 71 with not 71.
71?
79.
Damn.
79 with hella badges. No, I mean like 79. 79 but with some crazy ass badges. Like you probably got a couple gold and silver badges in there. So when you play the game, you play better than a 79.
He can't be as high rated as Nick Batum.
Nick Batum was 79. I think it's 79 like 81 something like that.
At his height, he was 85.
How many years ago was this?
2-3 years ago.
No, he wasn't 85 2-3 years ago.
Nick Batum was 85 before.
Nah.
I feel like he was 85.
He
He got the max.
2-3 years ago.
He got that contract. He was 85.
2-3 years ago, I guarantee.
What year you get that max?
Like 4 years ago.
Man, he was 85 on 2K.
He was 83.
He was 85.
And no,
on 2K.
I don't think he can be Nick Batum good. I think people forget how good Nick Batum was before injuries took him down. He wasn't $120 million good, but Nick Batum was a damn good basketball player. He won 185 better.
I'm not saying he's gonna beat Nick Batum. I'm just saying like
I feel you. I think Josh
in terms of
like
you get what I mean.
No,
because everybody on NBA Twitter take me way too literal. It's like, bro, like stop, G.
I think Josh Hart's a good basketball player. Like again, I thought that everybody, which is why I said a million times. I think the biggest thing for the Lakers last year was health. It's one of the biggest what ifs in basketball to me. I don't think that team was bad. I don't think you need to trade for Anthony Davis. I actually, when everybody got hurt, it made that decision very easy, especially when one man got a blood clot, and you just saw Chris Bosh. So it make that decision very easy to make. I just don't think you needed to trade for the man. But I think that the Pelicans will be a very, very fun watch. And I think Zion can save basketball in New Orleans.
Why won't they be able to make the playoffs? I need some actual basketball analysis as to why you think the Pelicans won't make the playoffs.
I like what the Spurs are doing. I think the Spurs, as long as barring injury, I think that they finally figured out we just have to shoot more threes. Even with LaMarcus shooting 44% from the field, from three, I think that helps a lot. DeMar has been playing incredible the past 2 weeks at least. The game against Toronto that he had last night.
This is a perfect time to trade him, by the way.
The
perfect time to trade.
Yes, but I don't.
Who won?
Yes, but I don't know if you San Antonio if you want to accept the fact that you're rebuilding, and I think you can still do that with DeMar and with LaMarcus on the roster because I don't think that DeMar is just too old. I think it's 29 years old. 29. Yeah. So he's still got 2, 3, 4 good years of basketball left. Like you don't have to ship him out. I think LaMarcus is still I don't think you got to ship him out. I still think LaMarcus is like a solid basketball player. Granted, I don't want to say they can't, but I doubt it. I think it really depends on what OKC does. Does OKC say fuck it?
We're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
If OKC decides to not say forget it, then I think that only leaves you one spot, and I think that either honestly, bro, I think Memphis could stay in it. Memphis has won 5 straight games. I really think like the schedule they have coming up ain't bad. Memphis really don't depend on too many young players, really. They got Crowder, Dylan Brooks been in the league 2-3 years. Jonas has been in the league for a while. Titus, the one thing that helps Ja out so much is that they have a backup point guard.
You know what? Number one, OKC is selling. They're gonna sell at the trade deadline, and this is why we're gonna talk about this more in depth in terms about the team because because you predicted it right. We're gonna talk about that. But as them being in that, they're not gonna be there, and this is why. Their active roster cap is $131 million. They have 1.7 in dead cap, 15 million in the cap hole. Their total cap is $133 million, and they're minus $24.2 million in cap right now. And they've been in luxury tax for the past 2 to 3 years. You have Chris Paul making $38 million. Steven Adams, $25.8 million. Danilo Gallinari, $22.6 million. Dennis Schroeder, $15.5 million. Roberson, $10.7 million.
This year.
Yeah, but that's a man. Still, that luxury tax bill is going to be heavy.
Yes, but I think that next year, even if you kept those guys, you would be out of it. I think. I could be wrong, but I think because Danilo is at 23,
their total,
he falls off, and I think Roberson is at 10, he falls off. And you may make to look a move in the summer. So I don't know what
their estimated luxury tax bill this year is not that bad. It's only $2.3 million, but.
But if you make the playoffs, it really depends on what OKC wants to do. If OKC doesn't say fuck it, they got a chance because I think you'll have 2 slots open up. But the way it stands, I think you only have one slot open up, and I think Memphis or San Antonio is gonna get that slot. I do. Now, granted, I think that New Orleans can make it very, very competitive, especially if Zion can play the whole 42.
He will.
You know, but again, I think that they're
well, you know what? He probably won't play back to back, so he'll probably wind up playing like 38.
Exactly. It's like if they was going run him out there for 35 minutes for 42 times. All right, I would have more faith in it. But I'm not sure that that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, but right now they're currently 14-26. So over the next 42 games, what do you think their record could be with a healthy Zion Williamson?
Next 42?
Yeah, they played 40 games.
They can have like a 44% win percentage.
So what is that? I mean, how many games? Come on, man. 42 games. How many games are they gonna win?
What is that? 40 out of 42. I think I did what? So that would be. I'll probably put them at like what 16 and whatever it is.
So you saying 8? So what? They only.
I said a 44% win percentage.
So you think they're gonna win 16 out of these 42 games?
Oh no. Yeah, 16 out of.
You think they're gonna win 16 out of next 4? I mean, that's probably around 40.
Yeah. About 16 of them.
So they're gonna finish the season with 30 wins. All right. Okay.
30. Okay, I would say
right.
16.
Right.
Okay,
I foresee them getting at least to 38 to 40 wins.
I would say 35.
38 to 40 wins this year.
35.
And I think this year, maybe depending on how the trade deadline shakes out, 40 wins will get you in the playoffs this year in the Western Conference.
I think 35.
And coming into the season, I thought 47 would get you into the Western Conference.
I'm gonna say 35. 35 wins. I'm gonna put them at 35.
I'm gonna put them at 38 to 40, and I think they can sneak into the playoffs. I think
they can.
I think Zion will come back, and if he does 3/4 of what I think he can do and what he did in the preseason, it's no question they will be a playoff contender. Because they would have been a playoff contender regardless. I've been saying that even when he said it. And although now the NBA gonna get to eat some of that Zataran Zion rice. They gonna get to try it. Because he about to feast.
Again, I just said that
about to feast.
The reason why I didn't put him in the playoffs was because I thought they would lose about 20 games just because they were young and inexperienced.
Zion he gonna turn Rudy Gobert into a crepe on Thursday, and I'm ready for it.
Nah, the first body he gonna catch probably Trez.
Nah, he gonna catch Rudy Gobert.
He gonna catch Trez.
He not gonna catch Trez.
He gonna catch Trez.
No, he not. He gonna catch like fucking
Trez.
No, he not. He gonna catch like Rodney McGruder. Like Rodney McGruder gonna randomly try to like go up, and it's like, why you do that, bro? It's like, I just wasn't thinking. That's what, like, why you do that, G?
But no, I really think it depends on what OKC is gonna do. I honestly think the game against the Lakers is like, if you management, you like, I might want to trade all y'all, cause that shit was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Here's why it was bad, because I realized what their weakness is: guarding the 4. If you got any 4, they gonna fuck you up. Cause it was a
but who's the 4 in the West other than KP?
KP, I mean, even like, let's say Denver want to do something funny and put Jokic at the 4 and put Plumlee at the 5, or even like a Millsap. I don't think they can guard a Millsap, or you might want to put Michael Porter Jr. at the 4. AD can be at the 4. I mean, even the Clippers can do something where you put like Kawhi at the 4 and make sure he matched up against he gets matched up against Danilo.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about the Lakers bench, actually. Is the Lakers bench still bad?
That's for you to answer.
That's not for me to answer. They are who I thought they were. Look. Kyle Kuzma is who I thought he was.
He's good.
The Lakers bench is still bad.
Not bad.
They still need to make a trade. They still need an actual point guard. It's fine. They still need an actual point guard. The Lakers still need a lot, man. Like I don't understand why everybody acting like it's all sweet just because y'all played good in one game. I think the most encouraging thing was Kyle Kuzma, but Anthony Davis is never going to start at the 4, so it doesn't. Start at the 5. So Kyle Kuzma being active doesn't matter because once LeBron and AD come back, they just gonna take all the man's shots again. So yes, this roster is still bad. Do I think that they should trade Kuzma? No, I don't. I just think they need to give him more shot attempts, to be quite honest. But I mean, the roster is still not good to me. I look at what Rondo has been doing the past couple games, and what I see is it's cool, it's smooth, but it's like when LeBron is in the game, when Anthony Davis is in the game, it's a completely different dynamic for that entire team. This Oklahoma City team, as Pavy just said, has a weakness against 4s, which although I'm not going to say Kuzma didn't have a good game because he balled out on Danilo Gallinari, because Danilo Gallinari is a playoff team. If the Lakers fell to the 7th seed, they would have to play them. And Kuzma would probably see some minutes against them. But I'm still looking at Avery Bradley. I'm not sold on Avery Bradley. Jared Dudley played too many minutes the other night. When they were playing, I didn't really like that. Danny Green, I'm cool with Danny Green. Quinn Cook is still Quinn Cook, bro. Like, I'm a Warriors fan. I've seen Quinn Cook be Quinn Cook. Quinn Cook is never going to not be Quinn Cook to me. Troy Daniels, don't care about it. So they need to make some trades. I think that they do. I still think they need to make a trade. I still think if I'm them, I would go and see if I could swap Quinn Cook and Avery Bradley for DJ Augustine. I think he would help them out a lot. I still think the Lakers need a starting point guard. I don't think that LeBron. I think even if LeBron is still in the starting point guard role, I don't think that he needs to be playing. Point guard full time. Go get DJ Augustine. You saw what DJ Augustine did last year in the playoffs versus the Raptors. He still played. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
I'm not trading Bradley.
It don't matter.
If you want to.
I'm trading Bradley.
If I could,
this Lakers bench
if I could
still
swap
needs
Quinn
help.
Cook, cool.
And when a playoff game come and the Lakers bench score like 12 points in like 3 consecutive games, and all y'all
Kuzma played terrible.
Huh?
Then that means Kuzma played terrible.
Well, it depends on if he gonna start.
He's not gonna start.
Because every Lakers fan is saying he needs to start now.
Now
they all saying he needs. Remember when just a week ago everybody was calling me an idiot and saying he couldn't score off the dribble, and saying he couldn't shoot, and saying that he couldn't rebound, and all this other stuff that they were saying about him last week, and all of a sudden they have a couple good games.
I'll just say,
and
this.
I, who was told that I was an idiot, now all of a sudden Kuzma hooping. Okay.
I will say this.
Okay.
I will say this. Number one, the game against the Thunder. The reason why it was funny was because they put him in a pick and roll, and it was Danilo trailing and Mike Muscala. I'm like, all right, G.
So what?
And also, it wasn't really like, most of it was like straight line pick and roll, 2 dribbles, pull up. Like, it wasn't like he was out there ISO motion and doing all the moves. But But again,
what's getting buckets about?
But listen, again, even though like I said at the beginning of the season, I don't think he needs to start, but I do think he should finish games. I think that the finishing lineup should be AD at the 5, Kuzma, Danny Green, Braun, pick whichever guard playing the best at that moment in time. I said that from the beginning. I still think that needs to happen. I think that the way Kuzma is playing without AD and even like without LeBron, he's doing himself a great service. I think that as well. Again, as I said, like I do not think he's better than Brandon Ingram. I never thought Kuzma was a bad player. I just do not think he's better than Brandon Ingram.
Better than Brandon Ingram.
Not better than Brandon Ingram.
Still better than Brandon Ingram.
But
literally, he's Brandon Ingram with less opportunity.
No, stop.
Yes, he is. Kyle Kuzma's Brandon Ingram with less opportunity.
But here's what I said. I said that the Lakers need to do a better job of getting him the ball. I felt like the Timberwolves game in which Lizzo did that shit was the only time I can remember, at least recently, that they made it a point of emphasis to make sure they got Kyle Kuzma shots. I thought that they need to do a better job of getting Kyle shots, but also in certain situations, Kyle needs to do a better job with the shots he was getting, because he wasn't doing a good of a job with the shots he was getting either at the same time. But I don't think the Lakers bench is bad. I fuck with Rondo. I think playoff Rondo was a real phenomenon.
You gotta stop calling it.
Look, bro. I think playoff Rondo is a real phenomenon. Who said
Rondo was Dr. Strange? It was Sam, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think playoff Rondo was a real phenomenon, bro. Like I just think that when the game slows down, like as far as like just how been a part of what 2 NBA finals, probably played in the playoffs almost every year he's been in the league basically. For the most part, like he's probably been in the league 13 years.
When has he? With
the Kings
and with Dallas.
Yeah, because he got sent home. He got sent home.
Wow.
But outside of pretty much 2 years, I think he's basically been in the playoffs every single year. I don't think you can discount that. I like Rondo. I don't think they need to make a trade for anybody unless I'm just giving up like a Quinn Cook or a Troy Daniels. If I got to give up one of my guards like Bradley, KCP, Danny Green, I'm not doing it.
You ain't got to give up Danny Green.
I don't want to give up Bradley. Because I want Bradley as my point. I want Bradley as my point of attack on guys like a Jamal Murray, on guys like a Donovan Mitchell, on guys like a Russell Westbrook.
He can't guard none of them right now.
He can do a decent job. Now, granted, he's not gonna go out there and shut him down, but he can at least frustrate and like aggravate him. He's not gonna go out there and strap him up and shut him down. You do good, he can go out there and frustrate and aggravate him. Even in the beginning of the season, when Bradley was still on the court, the defense looked a lot better than when he wasn't out there and when he went and got hurt. Let me check his defensive rating for this season.
I can't rock with that one, fam. If you can get rid of Avery Bradley, get rid of him. I think that what you really got to try to do, and like I said about the Clippers, this year is championship or bust. And if y'all telling me that Rob Pelinka won free agency, championship.
I think that's more true for the Lakers than it is for the Clippers. I think that the reason why
for both.
Here's the reason why I give the Clippers a little bit of slack. For one, you're dealing with guys who aren't that old. Both of your best players are still under 30. I think that you have a 2-year window because then after the next 2 years, when PG has an option coming up and Kawhi has an option coming up. So both of them could realistically opt out within 2 years. So I think you have a 2-year window with the Clippers. With the Lakers is right now, reason being is because Bron ain't getting no younger. Bron 35 years old. 35 years old. And that's the guy who you built this whole thing around. Yeah, you got AD, but that's the guy you built this whole thing around is like LeBron James.
You don't have AD until you re-sign him.
That's also why I think for this year it's like, okay, you got AD, you hope you can keep him, but I think for the Lakers it's more true than what it is for the Clippers. The Clippers, they'll be all right. The Clippers can lose this year, fix it, come back next year, it's all good. The Lakers, how you lose has a lot to do with a lot of things. You can't go out there and get smoked in like conference finals. If you lose in the finals in 6 and 7, okay.
I mean, if they lose in the finals, but they got to make the finals.
They got to make
they have to make the finals.
But again, my whole thing with the Western Conference this year, I think everything depends on matchup. There is no team in the conference that I'm like, they can just beat anybody. It's not like the Warriors exist no more. They gone for right now. It ain't no super team and I'm like, yo, they can beat anybody. I think every single thing in this conference depends on matchup. I get the Lakers a shot against anybody except for the Clippers. And I still think the Rockets, when it comes to the Lakers, man, I still think the Rockets, I'm going to be very interested to see the game on Saturday. Because I think that the Lakers, if you got to go to the paint to score, you're fucked. But the Rockets don't have to go to the paint to score. I also thought the Blazers would have been somewhat of a matchup if they were good. If they were good, but they're like not good. But I think if the Blazers can sneak in the playoffs, I think they could make a Lakers series 6 games. I do.
Which one?
First round.
Which Blazers team? Team from 2000? 2001?
No, right now.
2002?
Right now.
Hell no.
I just think that.
Hell to the no.
I just think that for the Lakers.
No.
I just.
Dame and CJ, y'all laid an egg this season.
I just think that for the Lakers.
Dame rap album was better than his season, and that is a problem.
I just think that for the Lakers.
And I got mad respect for Dame. And the rap album was fire. That's how fire the rap album was.
It's a good album.
The season ain't that fire.
He's playing decent. He's been good. It just Dame didn't do what I wanted Dame. Well, really, Portland didn't do what I wanted Portland to do this season. And Dame's had
none of them did what they were supposed to do.
And also, Dame has had to backspam him a little bit. He didn't had a lot on him, but you know.
I'm not rocking with that.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm not rocking with that. You making excuses.
He had a lot on him.
You making excuses, bro. You legit over here copping pleas, but it's all good. It's all good. I ain't tripping. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's talk about what I've been wanting to talk about, and what everybody has been at my neck for on Twitter. But I'm gonna keep saying it, and also I got some numbers to put up on the screen for the fans. I'm gonna
put up the basic stats.
I'm really trying not to. No, I'm not. I'm putting up the advanced stats. Yeah. For everybody watching the live stream.
Here's the thing with the.
For everybody watching the live stream, I'm finna put LeBron and Luka's stats up from both of they 20-year-old sophomore seasons, the per 36 and the per 100 possessions.
Here's the thing about the per 100.
Who's better, Luka or LeBron right now?
Here's the thing
at
about
age
per
20.
100 stats. They don't take into account certain things like pace of the game. They don't take into account certain things like what was the league average and things like that. They just take the possessions that are given and accelerate them to 100 possessions. Like I said, in order to give an actual account of what the numbers were, you had to do a math formula of find the league average in possessions in the game, find a league average in pace, then find a league average in points, then do a stat like that.
So you got to do all of that just to prove that Luka's better than LeBron when he was 20.
Listen, just
do you how does that make sense to you?
Because listen,
every single metric, everyone.
But listen. I looked this up. The Mavericks averaged 20 more points than what the Cavs did. Even if you go and look at the league average in points from I think it was 2004. I think the Suns led the league in points. I think they averaged 118 a game. I think the Suns.
That ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China, G.
No,
stop.
Look,
that ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China right now, bro.
Stop it. Listen, it's hard to compare stats through different eras for instance, like Wilt Chamberlain, right? When Wilt Chamberlain had the 50-point season. The possessions then look a lot like the possessions now because the game was played at a much, much faster pace as opposed to it was in like the early 2000s. So it's hard to compare stats. Now, if you want to say he's a better scorer, I can agree with that. But everything else, I don't really agree with.
Better scorer, better rebounder.
I don't think he's a better rebounder. I don't think he's a better passer.
Better rebounder.
I don't think he's a better passer. I think he has
better shooter. Better in the mid range.
Better shooter.
He's
Yes.
not a better finisher than LeBron.
Better shooter.
Prime LeBron is one of the greatest finishers around.
Better
right now.
shooter. Everything
you
else.
You can either get your ass dunked on or you can politely get finger rolled on.
Better shooter. Everything else I disagree with. I disagree with passer because I think you're just looking at the assist numbers, but also you got to look at the shooters LeBron's playing with, and again the points per game. I think the Mavs are averaging like 120 points per game. The Cavs average 96. Like, just look at the league averages from then and look at
LeBron took
right
one
now.
more shot than Luka that year. He played 10 more minutes than Luka, bro.
Yeah, but
and Luka's still averaging more points, more rebounds, more assists. He is averaging half a steal less.
Minutes, but what about the possessions? How many possessions were in a game? Like, what is the pace?
Look, y'all and everybody on Twitter that love advanced analytics, you included, be the main one telling me to pull up people per 100 possessions. Now I pull up the per 100 possessions, and the per 100 possessions don't matter.
That's not what I said. That's not.
Now we got to figure out the pace. Now we got to figure out how many points. Random team A.
When I was on Twitter,
come on,
yelling don't make it better. When I was on Twitter, I never said per 100 possessions because per 100 possessions just takes the possessions now and accelerates them to 100 possessions. So if you average more right now, you're probably gonna average more with 100 possessions. I say in order to get an actual thing of everything, you have to look at the points per game, the league average, like do the league averages from these things, meet them in the middle, and then do it. You have to do the league average and things like that, or put Braun with the same league averages from right now and then accelerate them. Like, per 100 possessions gives you no context. It just takes the numbers that they have and puts them at 100 possessions. I think it's about even between the two.
So what about the per 36 minutes?
Gee, he playing 40 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be less. He playing 40 minutes. But even with the 40 minutes, how many possessions are within this 40 minutes? It's a different 40 minutes. You can't even play 40 minutes a day because you up and down the court.
LeBron per 36 possessions took technically 3 shots less than he did when he was playing 42 minutes. But stop it, man. LeBron played more minutes. He's not better than Luka. 20-year-old LeBron is not even anywhere near close to Luka. And y'all just got to stop. It's okay.
And that's when you go too far.
It's okay.
You go too far.
It is okay that new guys are better than the old guys. That's what you should want. You should want the new generation to be better than the old generation. And it's not going too far. It's facts, G. Look at the numbers, G.
The numbers don't make
Look at the numbers. Was LeBron top 3 in MVP contention when he was 20 years old? Hell no!
Because the Cavs suck.
See this team run because of Luka.
Gee, so Luka team better than LeBron team? Second year? Lie. Tell a lie. You about to lie. You about to lie.
Overall.
The third best player on that team better than the best player on that team.
You just asked me a question. You going to let me answer it or you going to answer it for me?
Answer it.
Overall, the team is better. But we're not talking about team. We talking about player to player. Player to player. He dusting this man. And shout out to Basketball Reference for the stats. But player to player, he dusting his ass.
The team don't have nothing to do with the player?
Huh?
I'm saying, the rest of the team don't have nothing to do with you as a player.
Shouldn't Braun numbers be higher if his teammates was worse?
No. Especially not the assist numbers. Especially not the assist numbers. Especially not the assist numbers.
So then what about what Trae Young doing this year?
What?
What you mean what?
He got more shooting than what LeBron got around him. Had around him then.
Alright, G.
He don't?
Alright, G. It's not about shooters.
I'm just saying, he don't? That's a real question. The space on the court is just much different.
Them numbnuts that play with Trae Young, stop it, G.
Can they shoot better than the motherfucker who's on team LeBron?
Is any one of them better than Ricky Davis other than John Collins?
Ricky Davis wasn't even on that team.
Who was on this team? Is any one of them better than Zydrunas Ilgauskas? Hell no.
Arguably John Collins.
Go home.
Arguably John Collins.
Go home.
For this era?
Go home, G.
For this era?
G.
For this era?
Not right now. John Collins ain't, not right now. Not right now.
For this era, G.
John, what does John Collins prove? What does John Collins do?
Give you a double-double every night.
Man. Come on, man. Giving you a double-double and 8 wins.
Okay, but again,
8 goddamn wins. Stop it, man.
Wait.
That's disrespectful as hell to Big Z.
If John Collins wouldn't have got suspended, they would have more than 8 wins, G. They would probably have like 13, 14. They would have more than 8 wins if John Collins hadn't got suspended for 20 games. That really hurt them. Can we agree on that?
I don't know. I'm serious. No, don't get me wrong. They might have won 11, but like how many more?
Like 4 or 5 more games. They have like 12, 13 wins.
I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Even Charles Barkley's like, yo, these guys are bad. Like I thought
They're bad.
They are bad.
Did you say they was gonna make the playoffs?
Hell no, I ain't say they was gonna make the playoffs. Hell no.
I thought you did.
I'm the one. No. Keith on Twitter. I bet that man a hoodie. Keith, you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting a goddamn thing.
Keith don't even tweet no more.
Hell yeah, man at home. Sad. The Hawks gone. The Falcons at home. I'm sending you this clip too. You ain't getting no goddamn hoodie. Thought y'all was making the playoffs, big fella.
But no,
what happened, big fella?
It's just the spacing on the game is played so much different. Like, look, if you want to say the man better, I'm not mad at it. Like Luka's having an incredible season. It's very, very comparable. But to say that there's no conversation is when it becomes wild. Like, stop.
It's not though.
Stop.
It's
G.
not
It is.
though. It's not a conversation. It's not a conversation.
It is, bro.
Luka Doncic is hands down better than LeBron James.
If you take LeBron's numbers, put them in the NBA today, and again use the league average for possessions, for pace, for everything else, and accelerate those numbers, I'm pretty sure it looks a lot like what Luka's doing.
Nah, no, it don't. It really don't.
Per 100 possessions is not. That doesn't like that. That doesn't add context.
But it doesn't though. That's what the numbers that I just shown you
That's
shows.
not what per 100
The man was out
mean.
there. No, even per 36. What are you talking about? He playing 42 minutes a night, taking 20 shots a night.
But you're not hearing me. Nothing about there is including pace, possessions in a game, the points, the league average in points. Nothing about this is including any of these things. It's just a number of stats.
I love it.
It's just a number of stats.
I love it.
Can you? No way.
I love it.
Can you agree?
Luka's so good, he got y'all out here making up all kind of twists and turns and deucey throws and all.
It's not twists and turns, bro.
And then somebody gonna say, Luka not better than Michael Jordan in his second. I'm like, gee, when Mike goddamn broke his foot and didn't play.
That you can't compare because like when Michael Jordan was 20, he was at North Carolina. So we don't really know.
No, it's not even that. Somebody on Twitter was like, Luka ain't even better than Mike. I'm like, gee, Mike broke his foot and didn't even play that year.
I mean, he did drop 63 on the Celtics when he came back. I just want to say that he did.
But guess what?
He did do it.
Guess what? Luka ain't been to the playoffs yet. It's coming.
I think he dropped he dropped like 55 or something the game before, something like that.
It's coming.
But regardless, like, see, that you can't do because like when Michael Jordan was 20, Michael Jordan was at North Carolina. So you really can't even compare ages. Or even that's why people try to tell me, oh, well, Harden's 37 is better than like Kobe's 35. It's hard to compare, bro. It's really, the possessions are different. The number of points people are putting up are different.
Kobe's 35 was way harder than Harden's.
I mean, I agree, but
Harden's 35 is very, very easy. Harden's 35 is basketball analytics at its peak.
I mean, I agree that Kobe...
And don't get me wrong, there's no disrespect to Harden, because I've said numerous times, I think he is arguably the greatest scorer of all time. Arguably. Yes, he is.
No.
He's top 5, top 3. Top 5, top 3.
No.
Top 5, top 3.
No.
Yes, he is. Top 5, top 3.
No.
Top 5, top 3.
No, but.
Top 5, top 3. If he was 6'3", I would agree with you. But he's 6'5", and he can defend in the post. So none of them guys from the 90s be able to just bully him. None of them guys in the 80s be able to just bully him.
Yeah, but again.
Nobody. And his handles, he be shaking them out their Converse, man.
Yes,
come on.
But again, I can't fully go there with you. But I understand why people would. Even if you look at like the points per possession stats, if you want to include that in there, I think he probably averages more points per possession than all of them do. Reason being, he's taking more threes, so he's giving you more points. But I just think when it comes to the art of scoring, I think Kevin Durant's better. I think Michael Jordan's better. I think Kobe is better.
I think Luka Doncic is gonna be better.
We'll see.
He's gonna be better.
We'll see.
He's already he's just like
Luka's
like a level and a half below Harden right now in terms of scoring.
Couple more levels.
Level and a half below Harden in terms of no, he's not.
Not yet.
Only thing he ain't had is playoff experience.
But also, Luka,
and I bet you ain't gonna choke it up like Harden did.
But also, Luka. The one thing about Luka seems to have anger issues, slight anger issues, which I want to see how.
Michael Jordan had anger issues.
Yeah, but Mike wasn't ripping his jersey on the court though.
Mike punched his teammate in the face.
In practice. It was in practice.
G.
It was in
if
practice.
we walked in,
but also
no.
After me,
in a hypothetical situation, if we walk in the Clippers practice and somebody just told us anybody on the Clippers punch somebody else in the face, we'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Also, G, even
Stop
like,
it, G.
like,
don't make excuses for Mike. He's a madman.
Hold on, the last Clippers Warriors game, like I actually got a chance to speak to Steve Kerr. Like it was like super like organic. Like I was walking back towards the press conference room and Steve Kerr was leaving the building. I'm like, oh shit, Steve Kerr, what's up, man? I was like, yo, what's up? I'm like, damn, why you want to punch Steve Kerr? Like, how you punch Steve Kerr? What did he do to you? Because he beat you in a free throw contest.
Anger
and you
issues.
Punched that man. G.
Anger issues, bro. Goddamn anger issues.
But again, when it comes to the Bron Luka thing, like, look, if you want to say the man better, I'm I don't hate the opinion. It's fine. But when you start saying way better, that's what I can't. Like, no, stop. Because again, the numbers, like you looking at the numbers, but the numbers don't provide context. Like even again, if you even look at the league average in points, the league average in everything, the league average in threes, the league average in whatever the hell is way higher today than it was then. The game, like that's probably the slowest era. Wait, real quick. The early 2000s, would you agree, is probably the slowest era of basketball that we can remember from like our lifetime.
04, 05 was one of the slowest years in basketball.
The early 2000s, yes. It was like, gee, that was peak isolation play. When all you was doing was isoing. That's when AI was playing 35 minutes, shooting 22 shots, giving you 31 off all mid range. You can't even play 40 minutes now because the game's so up and down, up and down, up and down. Who plays 40 minutes now per game?
Nobody, but people do play 36.
That's a whole lot different than fucking 40.
Not really.
That's 5 more goddamn minutes.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not that goddamn different.
You go out there and run for 5 more minutes.
Huh?
Okay, G. Let me tell you run 20 minutes. Tell you run 25 minutes.
I mean, so what? Play extra V. These are supposed to be the highest trained athletes and well-conditioned athletes in history.
But bro, you gotta say how fast that shit up and down, up and down, up and down.
I don't hear Steph Curry complaining about the pace. I don't hear him complaining about it. He run damn near the most miles, him and Clay, out of anybody per game in the league every year. I don't want to hit it. I don't want to hit it. Y'all got to come up with all these other ways. Y'all literally like, you know what? Listen. I'm putting your face on that. Have you ever seen that?
No, stop. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. But here with the Steph thing. That shit tiring as fuck. Which is why I also said if I had somebody, if I, like, let's say, remember with something like the Sixers and Warriors matching up, I was about to say, I would make sure whoever Steph is guarding, he run that man through 1,000 screens. Chase his ass around. You gonna run, or you gonna run a lap. You gonna run a marathon. That shit tiring as hell. It's tiring as fuck to do that shit for 48 minutes.
I'm putting your face on it. I'm putting your face on this and a big ass sign to say NBA Twitter, because this is you and NBA Twitter right now with all these goddamn conspiracy theories. All these goddamn conspiracy theories about why LeBron is better when don't nothing that you see in terms of the metrics show you that LeBron was better.
It's like
nothing you see. Nothing you see. If you want to say defense, I'm cool with that. But it's a whole nother side of the ball that the other guy is way better than.
It's way better than him. Like,
the package ain't even the same.
But G, it's not
like for real.
The numbers
Luka better than LeBron now.
The numbers don't tell you, like, G. The numbers don't add context to the numbers again. Like, even it's like the season when Wilt averaged 50 and you had all these guys averaging crazy numbers because the pace was much fucking faster. There's a video on YouTube. I forgot who that. It might have been Mike Kozama who did it, but like the pace was much fucking faster than what it is like in the early 2000s. That's in one of the slowest eras of basketball. Even like look at the league average and people who average 20 points as opposed to people who average 20 points in 2000 to do like 2004. I guarantee you more people average 20 points now than then. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Was that the same NBA Michael Jordan played in? Was that the same NBA Kobe Bryant played in? Was that the same NBA? Did LeBron play in the same? Did LeBron and Kobe Bryant play in the same NBA 04, 05?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's all. I just wanted to know.
And Kobe wasn't averaging like 5 assists.
Huh?
And Kobe went out there averaging like 8 and 8. He was giving you 35 though, not 8 and 8.
Guess what? LeBron wasn't giving you 29.7, 9 point whatever, and 8.9.
He giving you 27, 7 and 7 and 2.
That ain't 29. That ain't 29. 9 and 9.
I feel what you're saying, but those numbers again.
That ain't 29, 9 and 9, G.
Bro, but those numbers.
How y'all like for real?
Those numbers look the
way. Like for real, G. How? I just want to know how y'all feel like this.
I just told you like 900 times. The game is played differently. There's more possession in the game. People are averaging way more points. Again, I think the Suns, if I'm not mistaken, led the league in points that year. They averaged like 118. That's middle of the road now. Offense has taken over. Numbers just look different.
Alright, G.
If you want to say you're better, I have no issue with that. But to say it's not in the same category, that's where my issue comes in.
They're not.
That's where my issue comes in. If you just like ignoring context.
LeBron's second year, he wasn't a top 3, top 5 player in the NBA.
I disagree with that.
Alright, bro. Alright, G.
He wasn't a top 5 player?
Not his stomach. He was 20.
Who was better?
What you mean?
Who was better?
Tim Duncan still existed.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal still existed.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant still existed.
Okay.
He wasn't better than none of them when he was 20.
Who else?
What do you mean?
Name the other people.
Dirk still existed. He wasn't better than Dirk when he was 20.
Okay, who else?
Let's see who else was playing.
After that's where it get rough.
And you was the same one back then, as you said, comparing T-Mac and Kobe to each other.
No, T-Mac was better than Kobe for the first 3 years. I thoroughly believe that. From 2000 to 2003, he's better than Kobe. Then after that, that's when back-to-back started happening. It was on the decline.
I gotta actually go back and look and see who was playing that year, because 04-05 was like a weird year in the NBA. It really was, though. It was 04-05 the second year, right?
Yeah.
That's
04-05.
LeBron that year led the league in minutes played and in field goals. But like I said, Luka's outpacing that by a lot. By a lot.
But how much is
by a lot, G.
But how much is
by a lot, bro?
But how much
by a lot,
I hear
bro.
you, but how much is the pay? Like you say, outpacing that. What's the pace of the game now as compared to then?
It don't matter.
It does matter. That matters a whole
right,
lot.
G.
Possessions and pace in the game matters a whole lot to how many numbers you gonna put up.
G. All right, G. Like I said, y'all told me to bring out the per 36 averages.
I never said per 36 averages.
Oh yeah, he also wasn't better than AI that year.
I just yes he was. G.
That was the year. That was the year AI led the league in points. No, he wasn't. G.
They was trying to trade the shit out of AI.
So what?
Yes, the hell.
That don't mean AI was washed.
I didn't say it was washed. LeBron was better.
IG. No, LeBron wasn't better.
Yes, the hell
LeBron was not better than AI in 04-05.
Yes, he was, dog. Yes, he was, bro. Yes, he was.
IG.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was, bro.
Alright, bro.
Yes, the hell he was.
Alright, bro. This is why I bow out of this conversation.
He was.
Alright.
He was.
That's your opinion.
He was.
That's your opinion.
What did AI do better besides score?
Huh? What did AI do better
besides score?
AI was a
exactly lie.
No, but that's
lie.
No,
lie.
But that's different. Lie. No, this is also the reason why you can't even really compare them, and also the reason why I compare Luka to guys like LeBron, and I don't compare him necessarily to guys.
AI was playing point guard by then too. By the way, AI was playing point guard by then.
He was. You know what? If you want to say LeBron was top 5 in the league,
exactly,
I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Just like I wouldn't be mad at you if you said Luka was top 5 today. Some people might agree.
No, Luka's top 3 today.
Not top.
Luka's top 3 today.
Not top.
Luka's top.
Not top 3.
How? So if he finished top 3 in MVP vote, he ain't top 3 in the league.
No.
Who better than him?
Harden better, Kawhi better, Giannis better. I still think Bron better, AD better.
Alright, bro.
After that, that's a. After that, then like no. But the people I named, hell yeah. Giannis ain't better.
And I'm still sticking with it. I'ma still say AI was better than LeBron. No. Kobe was better than LeBron.
Okay.
Dirk was better than LeBron. Shaq was better than LeBron. And then if you want to put LeBron at 5,
wait. Shaq was in Miami then? Miami Shaq, right?
Yeah, it was Miami Shaq.
Shaq wasn't better.
Yes, it was.
Not 04-05.
Yes,
Shaq wasn't better. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
22.9, 10.4 rebounds a game. Yes, he was.
2.3
blocks per game.
Was Shaq better than
D-Wade? And he was only taking 15 shots a game.
Was Shaq better than D-Wade then? It's a real question.
Was LeBron better than D-Wade then?
Yes. There's never been a point in time since LeBron stepped on the basketball court. Debatable. There's never been a point in time when LeBron James stepped on the basketball court that D-Wade was better than that man. Stop. Shaq was not top 5 04-05.
Debatable.
After Shaq lost to the Pistons, he was not top 5 no more.
Debatable.
After Shaq lost to the Pistons, he was not top 5
like I said,
no more.
Debatable. It's debatable.
Once that man lost to the Pistons, he was not top 5 no more. No, he was not.
And it's also debatable that KG was better than him that year.
No, he wasn't. 04-05? No, he wasn't.
Man, KG was out there averaging. Are you on drugs, G?
04-05? No, that was out his MVP season, right?
Gee, KG was averaging 22, 13.5, 5.7, 1.5 blocks, and 1.4 steals a game on 2.7 turnovers.
Okay, fine.
Playing 38 minutes a game.
KG.
Stop it, G.
Okay, KG, but take Shaq out of there.
I'm not taking Shaq out of there. I'm not taking Shaq out of there. He was taking 15 shots a game, give you 23 points and 10 rebounds.
He wasn't better.
What?
G, I'm telling you, Shaq.
Man, hell no.
Everything after Shaq got traded away from the Lakers,
bro, no.
Shaq was not in his prime no more.
You wild as hell.
No, and I thought this in 04-05. Once that man lost to the Lakers,
was wrong then.
Once that man lost to the Lakers, it was over with.
Lost to the Lakers?
I mean, no. Once that man lost to the Pistons, it was over with.
You are on
and Kobe was the best player on that team in 03-04. It wasn't Shaq.
You wild as hell.
Once he had that toe injury, which he never really recovered from, it was downhill.
You're wild, G.
It was downhill.
You're wild. You're wild.
It was downhill.
You're wild. Legit, you're wild, bro.
It was downhill.
You're wild as hell, bro.
It was downhill. Wild as hell. I'm not wild.
You are wild as hell.
It's not that wild, bro.
Yes, it is.
Seriously, was Shaq even the best player on his team in 04-05?
Gee, Shaq, what? Huh?
Was Shaq even the best player on his team?
D-Wade was not better than Shaq. D-Wade had a better playoffs. D-Wade and the refs. And D-Wade my favorite player of all time. D-Wade and the refs
Huh? That's what 04, no, they won 06.
Who did they lose to that year?
Pistons, because the Pistons went to the
finals.
finals.
The Pistons did go
Pistons
to
went to the finals.
Yeah, exactly. Shaq was better than D-Wade that year. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
No, that man wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Even Shaq said this D-Wade team.
What do you mean? Of course it was D-Wade's team.
Because he better.
No, because D-Wade was the guy that was going to be the next guy.
No, because he's the best player on the team.
No, he
Shaq
wasn't.
was 32 years old in his 13th year.
And he wasn't better than Shaq.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, it's the same thing with LeBron and AD. Where LeBron like, yo, I got my young bull with me. He gonna be better than me. This his team. What do you hear LeBron say?
That's hold on, wait.
No, it's not, G.
Here's why. Look,
by that point, Shaq had already been damn near played a whole decade and had turf toe.
Here is why that's more argument than that, because AD might win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
D-Wade wasn't gonna win nothing that year.
I'm just saying.
D-Wade wasn't gonna win nothing that year.
I'm just saying.
D-Wade wasn't gonna win nothing that year.
Shaq did not deserve to win no MVP. He said he did it. He didn't. Steve Nash deserved it. Shaq didn't know.
So Shaq in MVP conversation, but he ain't better than D-Wade that year?
No, he wasn't.
Right,
he should have been in MVP conversation. He shouldn't have been in MVP conversation.
All right, bro. Oh, Steve Nash better than LeBron that year.
I disagree with that.
I forgot about Steve Nash. Steve Nash better than LeBron.
I feel
Steve
you,
Nash
but I
better than
disagree with
LeBron.
that.
I forgot about that.
I feel you, but I disagree with that.
Literally, I'm sorry. LeBron was not top 5 that year.
I feel you, but I disagree
LeBron
with
was
that.
not top 5 that year.
I
Kobe, AI, Shaq, Steve Nash, Kevin Garnett, all
not
better than LeBron.
I'm not rocking
all better than LeBron.
I'm not rocking
and
off
Dirk.
AI and KG.
And Dirk.
I'm
And
not rocking
Dirk.
off AI
And Dirk
KG.
Nowitzki.
I'm not rocking off AI
And Dirk
KG.
Nowitzki.
I'm not
And if
rocking
you want to tell me Tim Duncan, I agree with you.
I'm not rocking off AI and KG.
No. And if you want to tell me Tim Duncan, I agree with you.
I'm not rocking off AI and Shaq.
Well, how?
Because AI wasn't better than that man.
All right, G.
He wasn't. There's nothing he did better. He wasn't.
All right, bro.
They probably even won basically about the same.
All right,
How many games the Sixers win that year? Probably like 46.
Look it up. I'm looking up a different stat right now. Damn. Timmy ain't played that year. What the hell?
He played that year.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't see his man numbers out
He
here.
might have won MVP that year. So Timmy.
No, he didn't.
They won 43 games. The Sixers. The Cavs were 42 and 40. See, you looking at Duncan numbers.
No, I watched him. Like, you got to stop saying that. Like, I didn't watch these guys.
I'm just saying, but you're looking at the numbers.
No, you got to stop.
Duncan was better.
No,
yes.
stop.
Duncan
What
was
did
better.
I literally just say?
Duncan
I said I
better.
forgot everybody who was playing exactly in that year. So let me go back. I remember that year very, very well. Steve Nash that's the reason why that year is the reason why Steve Nash is one of my favorite players, and that was the year I started watching the Warriors.
Look at that though.
So I remember that year.
Look at that though.
Shaq was better than LeBron. Shaq was better than D-Wade.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't,
and if you
bro.
want to argue Tim
No, he
Duncan,
wasn't.
I'm not going to agree with you, but I wouldn't be mad at you.
I would agree with you
LeBron
on
was
Tim
6 to 7 that year. Luka is top 3, top
Luka's
5 this
not
year.
top 3.
You're lying to
Luka is
yourself.
not top
Take
3.
the cap off.
Luka is not top 3.
You're lying.
Now.
Stop.
Top
Stop
5,
lying.
top 5.
You and NBA Twitter, y'all
Gee,
gonna
I
make
just
these
named
numbers
3
say what y'all
people.
want to say, but it don't matter. Luka world, Luka better.
I just named.
Hashtag Luka better.
Okay.
Hashtag Luka better. Luka world. Luka world. Shout out to Luke Johnson earlier for donating. I saw when you donated earlier. That's why I put it on the screen because we weren't talking about Harden then.
Appreciate it, bro.
But yeah. Shout out to you for donating, man. We appreciate that, bro. Sorry, we knee deep in the show right now. But anyways, let's go ahead, I guess, and let's talk about the Utah Jazz. Are the Utah Jazz legit contenders in the NBA this year?
No, but
you put that question. Well, no,
no,
I think I told you to put that on there.
they're not. But they can make it to the second round. Maybe if all things go correctly, make a conference finals push. But I don't think they're actually legitimate contenders. No, but they are playing very, very interesting basketball, and they have actually become one of my favorite teams in a league to watch this season. But no, they're not legit contenders. I don't think so. But they have a damn good basketball team. I think they have probably the best basketball team that they've had since the Malone Stockton days. I think they're better than that team that played Kobe in the conference finals with Deron and Boozer.
I think that's disrespectful
To who?
to that team. That was a very
Good team.
It's a very, very solid team.
Good
very,
team.
very solid.
They
Even
had AK-47.
Even
They had
AK-47
Boozer,
was
and
on
Matt
there.
Harprin, Deron. They had a good team.
I can't agree.
But
this team got to make it to the conference finals before I can say that.
But see, also
I think the potential is there. I'm not upset at the potential.
But
even though I said they're gonna make the play, I still think they might miss the playoffs.
But also,
I'm sticking with that until I'm going down. I'm going down my pick. But go ahead.
But also, I think the West is better now than it was then. I think it's better now than it was then. I actually think the East was kind of better then, actually.
I'm not upset at that.
I think the East was a little bit better.
I'm not upset at that. I'm not upset at that, but this is not the best team since those days. I still think that conference finals team with AK-47 and all those guys on there is a better team. Just because I feel like that team was built for the playoffs. I don't know if this team is built for the playoffs. I think they are slowly trying to build a team that is built for the playoffs, but I don't necessarily know if this team is built for the playoffs just yet.
I think they got enough guys who can get it, who can manufacture a bucket on their own that I'm not as worried about them as I was in previous years. I think Bogdanovich can get you a bucket when you need it. Ingles can get you a bucket when you need it. Clarkson can come in and get you a bucket when you need it. I really love the pickup of Emmanuel Mudiay. He hasn't lived up to a 7th pick status, but he's still a damn good basketball player. Like, I think he's going to be in the league for 10, 12 years. Don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's what they wanted Exum to be off the bench, but the fact that Exum just can't stay healthy enough to even come anywhere close to his potential, I think that's why you had to bring in Mudiay. Gobert, obviously, like, with watching more of Gobert, I understand why he wins Defensive Player of the Year every year. Like, Utah was a team that, like, I didn't really watch to the playoffs. Now watching them more in the regular season, like, I get it. Shit just doesn't happen when Gobert's on the court.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking at these stats from 04-05 and all of these fibs you be telling me. Quentin Richardson that year took 631 threes, but wasn't nobody taking threes back then.
That's the only team.
AI attempted 1,800 field goal attempts that year.
That's the only team,
bro.
G.
Korver hit 226 threes that year, bro.
Now look, go to the team stats and tell me who.
Gilbert shot 500 plus threes that year. Korver shot 500 plus threes. Ray Allen did. Damon Jones, Jamal Crawford. Damon Stoudemire, 490. Chucky Atkins took 455 threes that year. Tracy McGrady, 235. Page of 430. I'm sorry, not 235. 435. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to have to hop back into that. But all right, whatever. I'm sorry. I was about to look up some new stats. But look, man, I still don't think the Jazz are a legit contender. I still would not be surprised if they missed the playoffs. I'm sticking with my pick, Jazz fans. You can hate me all you want to. It don't matter. Because I don't believe that Rudy Gobert. I think that.
By the way, you said they took how much? Hold on, you said they took because Harden took halfway through the season 40 games. These numbers halfway through the season.
Yeah, but you said they didn't shoot no threes back then, though. That's what I'm saying, though. You said wasn't nobody taking threes like that back then.
They wasn't taking threes the way they taking them now. G, go literally go that season and tell me the team.
I know they're taking a lot more threes. I know they're taking a lot more threes now, but you act like the NBA was like in the 1950s
no, that's not what
back
I'm saying.
then.
I'm just saying
like
that they
Dolph Shays was playing on the floor.
I guarantee you
with LeBron James and LeBron was out there playing with Bill Russell competition. Come on, man.
I think the Spurs take 25 as a team. Let me actually look this up as a team. Let me do what's the team stats at? Leaders, seasons.
I'm just saying, y'all gonna make these numbers say what y'all want to say for LeBron, but Luka's still better.
No, we not, bro. Like it's a fact. G.
It's not a fact. The facts are in the numbers. The numbers are in front of your face. The same metrics you judge everybody else by. I'm using your metrics though.
No, you not.
I am. You always tell me. You the main one. Tell me. Look up true shooting percentage now. Now you say. Look up true shooting percentage. What's
in
the
same fucking year? Yeah.
Oh.
I was never the one who said bring up the per 100 possessions. Somebody on Twitter tweeted you that.
You've been saying that a lot.
I don't never say per 100 possessions.
You do.
Tell me. Go through the history of the show and tell me when I said per 100 possessions. I
will give somebody out there $50 if y'all can go back and find one of them episodes where we was
from me doing it across decades.
Yes, because you like, gee, you can't compare them. Look at the possessions that they taking in the same amount of game. Like, per 100 possessions. Look at the numbers. You be like, yeah. Look, you see what this thing.
Across decades.
That's all we argue is across decades. How you think we get episode titles?
You ain't never heard me say.
All we do is argue across decades. That's how we get episode titles.
Look up the per 100 possessions from 1992 to 2020. You ain't never heard me say that. Ever.
All right, bro. Yeah,
Ever.
of course you ain't say 2020. We won in 2020.
2019.
But in any of these arguments.
2018.
Somebody.
2017.
I got 50
you ain't
bones
never
for
heard
you.
Me say
if
that.
you go back through all the episodes, Hoops and Brews episodes, and find me a clip of this man telling me to compare possessions when we talking about players from era to era.
I might say compare shot attempts, something like that.
No, I'm talking about possessions. You said that plenty of times. Like I said, I started using they numbers, and the analytics don't work right for the analytic folks. And they don't like Luka world. Let's go!
The least amount of
still here.
Hold on, wait. The least amount of threes as a team right now. The Pacers attempt 27.8 threes. That's the least amount of threes. Let's see. 2004, 2005, 2004.
You do also know that Luka is hitting the same amount of 2-point shots per game that LeBron is hitting, right? Sure. LeBron was hitting 9.1. Luka's hitting 9 in less minutes.
I'm sure.
Anyways, sorry, Utah Jazz fans. I don't have any respect for y'all team. And it won't start now.
Wait, real quick. I want to say that. And the highest threes attempted that year was 24.7.
By who? The Suns?
Yes.
Okay.
The lowest attempted this year is 25.
It's a different.
The highest is.
No, I just told you that Luka has made the same amount of 2-pointers that LeBron is making this year back then.
I look. I get what you're saying, but also again, there's probably more possessions. I'm sure there is more possessions. The pace is different in a game today than what it was back then.
So then that means usage percentage throughout the history of the NBA don't matter then.
No, I'm not saying usage percentage don't matter.
Okay.
I'm just saying that like it matters in context with that game and what they were doing then. It's hard to compare usage percentage across eras. Because how many possessions are in the game?
I thought that was the whole point of it. No? Okay.
Because how many possessions are in the game? How many possessions are in the game? What's the pace?
That's the point of using per 100 possessions.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That just literally takes the possession you had and accelerates them to 100 possessions.
Yeah.
That's not really like accounting, taking into account.
No, it's taking your averages over the 100 possessions that you have.
Yeah, but it's also not taking into account again pace of the game, speed of the game, point score, things like that. Also, for the team with the most points scored per game, the Phoenix Suns, 110. Right now, the team with the most points per game, I know it's the Bucks, or maybe it might be the Mavericks. 119. 110, which is what they averaged that year, would put you at basically 15th in the league.
Yeah, but if they played today, they would be averaging 120.
Who? The Suns?
Yes.
The Suns, sure.
They would be taking way more threes.
Everybody else?
Gee, I just told you Chucky Atkins took 455 threes. How many threes you think he taking this year if he took 455 back then?
Gee, that's one person. What about everybody else?
Chucky.
I understand what you're saying.
Chucky Atkins took 455 threes. How many? Realistically, same. Put the teams here. How many threes Chucky Atkins taking this year if he took 455 back then?
Probably more.
How many?
More?
How many?
Well, hold on, wait, real quick.
He gonna take about 800 of them.
Real quick.
And make about 300 of them.
Real quick. Maybe around the same because the rest of the team will be shooting more threes. So maybe around the same. Because back then, like, that was your shooter guy. If you needed a three, that was who you went to for a three.
So the shooter wouldn't be taking most 3-point shots?
It would be a little bit more dispersed. Evenly dispersed. Especially for a guy like Chucky Atkins. Probably more evenly dispersed. I would assume. Like, no, because really, no, remember, like, back then, like, you had, like, every team had that one shooter?
Yeah.
Like, David Jones is coming out, like, oh, shit, he shoots the ball. Now it's like every team, for the most part, has multiple shooters. For the most part.
Lakers got one shooter.
Who?
Danny Green.
KCP supposed to be a shooter. I'm saying he's supposed to be a shooter.
Keyword, supposed
to.
Kyle
Kuzma, supposed to be a shooter.
Keyword, supposed to be.
I'm just saying.
That is who are they supposed to be? What are they?
Troy Daniels, shooter. Troy Daniels, shooter.
I swear to God.
He a shooter. What the fuck he on the team for, G? Is he not a shooter?
Do he play, bro?
When he played, what he had to do?
I'm alright, G.
That's a real question. When he played, what he had to do?
He's like you said, he's supposed to be a shooter. He's supposed to be a shooter.
Like 40% for
whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Should the OKC Thunder, blow it all up and try to, rebuild the team? Now, obviously, Chris Paul's contract is a tough one to trade. Seems as though teams don't want to trade for it, but you still have Danilo, Steven Adams, Dennis Schroeder on the roster. They're only going to be, in the luxury tax for $2.3 million this year, which isn't that bad because I thought it was going to be around like 30, 40 based upon their salaries last year and previous years. But still, do you think it's time for OKC to trade Steven Adams, Danilo, and Schroeder and just like tank for the rest of the year? They have a slew of picks from the Clippers as well as their own picks. What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, I think you go for it. I mean, like, obviously you're probably going to lose in the first round, but
what are you going for then?
Make the playoffs. Be as good as you can be. I mean, nobody's probably going to take Chris Paul's contract. Where are you going to trade that during the season?
Miami, G. Miami need to take Chris Paul.
And here's see, you say this every single time. And what did I say? I said you go around and trade there. If you pull up the episode, I said this.
Are you sold on Kendrick Nunn though? And that's no offense to Kendrick Nunn. He's a rookie. That's why I said that.
No, but I'm sold on our future enough to not trade for Chris Paul.
All right.
Because I think that we can still get to the conference finals without him. I said if you're a middle of the road team, and
I'll accept that.
I said if you're a middle of the road team, and like if you hovering around 500, but you win the playoffs and you think adding Chris Paul can take us to that next level when we get to the conference finals, cool. The way I look at it right now, they might make the conference finals regardless. Might.
Who?
The Heat.
Oh, I thought you was finna say the Clip. I was about to walk, man. I was about to walk off my balcony.
No.
If you said the Thunder, but I would jump off that motherfucker. Like, what? Like, yeah, it's over. What? Oh, my bad.
No.
Like, what?
So I mean, look, it's like they have some deals. Like you could probably get off Schroeder deal, you could probably get off Adams deal, but they have some deals at like CP3. You're not trading that during the regular season. That's something if you trade, it's gonna be doing the off season when people got a little bit more open cap room because they haven't signed some people, so their books look a little bit lighter. But I say you go for it, bro. Like why not? You're gonna get smoked in the playoffs, but why not go for it? Like continue your culture, continue with your fan base. You have a great fan base. You made the playoffs like a decade.
Pretty much.
They made the playoffs like 13 straight years, bro.
Yeah.
They are not used to not playing basketball in April in OKC. Go for it. Why not?
I just think it depends on the trade, who wants Steven Adams or who wants Danilo Gallinari. I don't look at either of those guys as being guys that will help you get to the second round. So if I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, I mean, we might as well just try to win as many games. I might even sit Billy Donovan down like, hey, we're gonna try to win as many games as we can before the trade deadline, and we're gonna get rid of all of these guys except Chris, and then we're gonna try to give you the team that you wanted to have and build it the culture the way you want it to. When you want to build it next year, you'll still have Shea, you'll still have Chris Paul. It's the rest of the guys that you really won't have, but also who knows what they're gonna get back from some of these guys. You might get a couple pieces back because you trading expiring contracts or salaries or whatever, and you might get a couple pieces back where you still might be able to make the playoffs in the West. Like imagine if they had in the trade deadline up 5 or 6 games in terms of the win-loss record. They would have to lose a lot of games in order for them to completely fall out. So if I'm them, we could still sell on Steven Adams or Danilo Gallinari.
I mean, you listen
or Schroeder and still potentially make the playoffs without having to completely act like it's over. And then we still get picks. What if you mess around next year and get a top 5, this summer and get a top 5 pick?
For who?
Huh?
For who?
What do you mean?
Who you in the top 5 pick from?
No.
Who the fuck?
No. I'm saying with the way that the new lottery is, like you might mess around and get a top 5 pick. You got other people's picks.
That's
you got a ton of other people's picks.
Nah, but the people picks you got not gonna be in the lottery. So like they got Denver pick and they got like the Clippers pick or something like that.
They don't have their own pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if you miss the playoffs, the lottery odds are a lot more
if
even.
If you want
to
trade people,
it's not really they're not in a lose-lose situation. They can win regardless. So it's like
they're not in a lose-lose situation. I agree. But also when you look at the top of the West, as things go as standard, they could play Denver in the first round. That could be a decently long series. I swear to God. I think that could be a decently long series.
With the team they got now?
Yeah.
But why?
I'm just saying.
Why?
Money.
Yeah, but
we gonna have picks with we gonna have picks and cap space regardless. Now look, granted, like I said, if somebody want to give you something for Danilo,
you're not gonna get nothing back from them guys.
If somebody want to give you something for D'Lo, okay, cool. Steven Adams is under contract for 2 more years. If you want to trade him in the offseason, we can do that. Trade him on draft night. We could trade Schroeder on draft night. Danilo, maybe not, obviously, but maybe you want to keep Danilo. I don't know.
You still got Schroeder for 1 more year?
Yeah.
I thought they were okay.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a 2-year deal for Schroeder. Schroeder got 2 years left, I think. I'm pretty sure it's 2 years left. Could be wrong, but I think it's 2 years left.
Let me see. Schroeder, he's a free agent in 2021.
Yeah. Schroeder got 2 years left. Adams got 2 years left. So those guys got 2. So you can still trade those guys from now until whenever the hell. Danilo was the only Danilo and Andre Rosen, but Andre Rosen that's dead. Like so, nobody's trading for Rosen because he ain't played. That's dead money. Nobody's gonna take. So Danilo is really the only one. And who needs Danilo? Like what team needs a 4 who don't play defense?
Off the bench?
He not coming off the bench. Danilo's a starter.
Honestly, Phoenix could use him. I think Phoenix could.
That's fair.
Phoenix could use the hell out of him because Saric is not the answer.
That's fair. I'm not mad at that. That's fair. That's fair.
And yeah, Phoenix.
Who you giving me?
Who you want?
Who you giving me?
Who do you want?
He getting paid $23 million. You got to give me some money.
Who do you want? That's what I'm asking. Like, if you're the Suns and like you really thinking you can make the playoffs, you put Danilo in there with those guys, and with a guy like Ricky Rubio, you got Aiden, you got Baines behind him.
I'm not mad at that deal because it's also a 1-year deal. So it's like if it doesn't work, bye.
I'm just saying.
So that one, I'm not.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's a ton of teams that could be lined up for him. Honestly, I would even be Brooklyn could use him. Yeah, because even if you want to bring him back next year with KD, depending on what KD wants to play next year, what position he wants.
He should play the 4 on defense. He should at least play the 4 on defense. Off Achilles, he should not be trying to run around on the wing with people.
Yeah. Trying to see any of these teams that could actually use a guy like Danilo. I mean, yeah, the Suns I think would be like the right move. Honestly, if I'm the Spurs, I wouldn't mind swapping him because LaMarcus' contract isn't over this year, right? He still got 1 more year left, right?
All right, man.
Huh? What you mean?
They are not fucking trading LaMarcus Aldridge for Danilo Gallinari.
Why?
They are not.
Why
doing
not?
that. That is not a trade of equal value.
I disagree with that. They both.
No.
Yeah.
That is not a trade of equal value. Stop.
It's not a trade not of equal value.
Yes, it okay. You lost your damn mind.
I haven't lost my mind.
You lost your damn mind.
I don't think
that is a foul.
No. I was the main one that was arguing for LaMarcus. I said he was better than Siakam, but he ain't been that good this year.
He been decent. He been better much lately.
But Danilo can give you the same thing.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. Also, Danilo might not be there because he get hurt every now and then. So Danilo also might not be there.
So what?
LaMarcus still giving you 18, 7, shooting 50, 40, 83.
And Danilo giving you he giving you 18, 5, and 6, 2.3 assists on 19.3 PER. Not that big of a difference, G. His PER is higher than his points per game, a little bit lower, but he ain't even taking that many shots.
How many games he played?
Danilo, he ain't missed no games this year. I don't think he's missed no games.
Nah,
he has.
He has.
I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can
trade.
He
missed at least like 2
If I can trade LaMarcus Aldridge right now. Let me see. LaMarcus. I'm the Spurs. Give me LaMarcus. You know what? Actually,
also, if I'm OKC, what does that do for me?
Let's see if this trade works. Huh?
I'm OKC. What does that do for me?
What do you mean? What does that do for you?
Like, why do I want LaMarcus?
Why do you want LaMarcus?
Yeah.
Because I think he could play well with Chris Paul.
Does his contract end this year though?
No, his contract ends next year, but I think him and Chris
so
Paul.
Why do I want to take on more salary for the future? Why do I want to take on more salary for the future?
Because I think he could play well with Chris Paul.
Fucking pointless though. I don't want to take on more salary.
It is pointless. It is. I just don't like LaMarcus on this. But actually, low key, if you swap, but look, if you swap LaMarcus and Danilo, the Spurs technically are projected to win 1 more game. I'm just saying, straight up swap. Look, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like OJ said. I'm just saying. Gee, I found out OJ was supposed to be the original Terminator last night, bro.
For real?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes, but James Cameron said he didn't look like he could kill people. He looked like too much of a nice guy.
Well, you told a lie.
Allegedly. He allegedly told a lie.
Told a lie.
Allegedly.
Told a lie.
He allegedly told a lie. Let's see. What else did we have to talk about? Okay. Yeah, actually, I want to talk about that real quick. Because I actually saw this guy play last week, and I was very impressed.
Will
Memphis make the playoffs?
John must have did some shit in front of you that you had never seen before. Because you've been talking about that shit since you went. He must have done something you've never seen before.
That man is gonna be literally. If Ja Morant is not the greatest point guard of all time, I'm gonna be mad because he got all the skills. He remind for real. He remind me a lot.
Can you say I told you?
The excitement.
Can you say I told you?
Yeah, you can. I'm not upset at that. You can say that because I thought he was going to develop a little bit slower. But I also didn't think that he would. I didn't think that he would be able to come into the NBA and be able to run a team, which is also why when we was talking earlier before the season, I was telling you that I thought Trey Lyles would take a lot of his minutes or maybe start them together. Not Trey Lyles. I'm sorry, Tyus Jones. I just was looking at Trey Lyles in the trade machine. Tyus Jones, because I thought that Tyus would. I didn't think Ja would be able to come in and instantly run an offense.
I knew he would because he went to Murray State.
But one thing,
nobody there.
Yeah, but it's a difference. You got to learn how to get everybody else involved. And
he went to Murray State with nobody there.
Yeah, but he was also going crazy on his own in his own respects.
Yeah, but that's why I believe in top prospects going to a team with no other people because you just learn what it's like to be the guy, especially as a point guard. Like if you go to let's say you went to Duke last year with Zion. Did you really learn how to play point guard with Zion and RJ and Cam Reddish? Did you really?
Yeah.
Like, how much could you actually like formulate a team and really put everybody in their spots?
You think Tyus Jones' little brother don't know how he couldn't come in the NBA? And I mean, obviously, I don't think
right now, no.
I mean,
All his freshman year, no.
Huh?
No.
I didn't say his freshman year, but I'm saying like as playing in Coach K, so you don't think he could come in and be a decent point guard?
Yeah, but he's been in the system now for 2-3 years.
Yeah, but I didn't see 6.9 assists from Ja, and that's the difference.
I did.
I didn't.
I didn't see shoot as well as he's been.
I didn't see 6.9%. I'm sorry. I didn't see 6.9 assists from him. I also didn't foresee him shooting 48.4% from the field goal range, and I didn't foresee him shooting 39% from the 3-point range.
That's what
and
I
I also
did
not foresee him only taking 2.3 threes a game. I thought he would be more around 4 or 5.
I didn't. Why?
Why? Because that's the game of today. Is either 3-point or layup. And I thought that Ja would be more of a volume 3-point scorer. I did. I just thought he would take more threes. I'm sorry. I thought that with him, with his ability, he would come in and be like, yo, I can jack up shots. I can take the shots I want. I'm going to jack up some threes. But I'm impressed with everything that he's doing. He impressed me in person. He embarrassed Kawhi Leonard. He embarrassed Jerome Robinson. I mean, hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey. If Ja is a top 5 PG ever, I would not be surprised. And I was not sold on that man at all until I saw that man in person. Even pregame warm-ups, he warmed up for like 10 minutes and just sat there on the side. He didn't even warm up that much, and still went out there and annihilated them. Hey,
I mean, granted,
if anybody didn't prove me wrong, Ja Morant, you got my respect, bro.
I did a Pavy Daily hot take midway through last year that said Ja Morant is the best prospect in the draft.
When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Ja, I was wrong.
I mean, I'm not
like what he say he was, the point guard.
Yeah, point guard.
He ain't never told one lie in his life.
I mean, again,
he ain't told a goddamn lie.
I mean, I thought Ja would be. I mean, I told people he was the best prospect in the draft. I said that midway like, he's
not the best prospect in the draft.
I still thought it was.
I feel you, but he's not the best prospect in the draft.
Still think it's Ja.
I
still think it's Ja because I think that we're finally in the era where I don't believe in building my team around players under 6'4". But if I'm not mistaken, Ja 6'4".
Let me see. Ja Morant is listed at 6'3".
6'3",
175 pounds.
6'3", 6'4". He might grow an inch, whatever, regardless. But I think that with the way his athletic nature is, especially being the fact that he's paired with Jaren Jackson, he's a guy where I look at and I think, especially with the way the game is played now, and guards have more control of the ball, is more freedom. I think that he's a guy that I would love to build my basketball team around when it comes to Ja Morant because he can have the ball and also control the ball. And he's also not in a bad situation. Like, Memphis isn't bad.
No, they ain't been bad the past couple years.
Like, they're not bad.
We talked about 2 years ago how they did a masterful tank job, and then last year they did a masterful tank job.
Bad. Like, they brought in Crowder.
They have had 2 amazing tank jobs in a row. And
also the one thing about Ja as opposed to Trey is they actually have a backup point guard to help him. I think what hurts the Hawks is they don't have a backup point guard. And that's why you even see Trey being banged up this year because they have no backup point guard for the man. Like, Ja at least has Tyus to lean on so he can play, 31 minutes, go sit down, and still you have an actual point guard to be able to come in and run an offense, or you want to run them together, that's fine as well. He can get a break. Trey can't get no break. Yeah. When Trey out there, he got the ball or nothing.
Yeah.
So I think that helps them. Would they make the playoffs? I don't know. I think it depends on Ja's health. I know he's been banged up a little bit. He's had a back issue. Also, again, like, he got to understand sometimes you don't have to dunk. Sometimes you can lay the ball up. It's okay. You don't always have to try to dunk on people. Also, Jaren, I haven't watched too many other games recently, but earlier in the season, he always had the issue with foul trouble. Like, he could not stay out of foul trouble. He got to stay on the court, but I think they got
Jonas was also out though during that period, wasn't he? Or am I tripping?
Nah, he was on the court. Jaren was just fouling all the damn time. But they got a shot.
Yeah,
though.
Jaren is averaging 4.1 fouls.
Exactly, that's wild. That means you foul out all the damn time, basically.
Yeah.
But they got a shot.
Yep.
A shot. So we'll see.
Yep. But anyways, man, it's been Hoops and Brews, man. We gave y'all basically a 2-hour-long episode. Depending on how the stream look, I don't know how it looks, so I'm gonna replay it. This will either come down and be re-uploaded, or it will stay up in its existence as it is. But yeah, man, it's been a great episode. Thank you for tuning in. As always, it's Hoops and Brews. Find us on Twitter, Instagram at Hoops and Brews. That's Hoops. The letter N, the word brews. Make sure you go and you subscribe to our Patreon page, patreon.com/HNB. Shout out to our supporters who are subscribed to our Patreon page. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody on Spotify, iHeartMedia, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Anchor FM, SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Anywhere you're watching our content where it's distributed. If you haven't, make sure you go and you check out all of our post-game clips from the Los Angeles Clippers. We cover that team as media. We talk in depth about them earlier in this podcast in case you're just tuning in.
And we know what we're talking about. We're there all the time.
Yep, and we're there all the time. So, shout out.
Any team I know in the league, it's them.
Exactly. Shout out to Luke Johnson who, who said Harden World. Go ahead, give him a Harden World for him. You got to give him a Harden World. Come on. Come on.
Harden World!
No, don't steal my shit. Don't steal my Luka.
What am I supposed to say?
You always go, Harden World. Harden World. That's what you always say.
Harden World.
I ain't been hearing that lately either.
What?
I ain't been hearing nothing about Harden. We ain't even talk about it in this episode.
Why?
Exactly.
We'll talk about it. No,
why?
No,
exactly. Why? Also, Giannis still the MVP right now?
Yes. Fuck. Yes. Yes. Unanimously at that. He's not going to win unanimously, but he should. He's not going to be unanimous.
He shouldn't be unanimous. Luka should get some votes.
No,
Luka!
The Bucks might win 68 games, and the man is averaging better stats.
Yeah, 30, 13,
exactly,
30,
yes.
30, 13,
I don't know
6,
what it is.
2, and 1.
I don't even check Giannis' box score.
I think it's like 30. I think Giannis is averaging
it's something wild.
Let me see. Giannis. Let me see.
He's averaging 28.9, 12, and 5. A block and a steal.
Oh, yeah, because he dropped like 13 points the other day. Brought his average.
He might win 3 straight MVPs.
Nah. Well, I'm looking at basketball rates. They say he averaging 29.8.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, you said 28.
Yeah,
okay, 29.8. That's wild. That's wild. He a little less assists, but
he might win 3 straight MVPs.
Yep.
He doing it in less minutes though. He's playing 30 minutes a night.
Yeah, 2 less minutes. Crazy. Taking 2 more shots a game. I'm loving the threes though. Keep shooting the threes, Giannis. Giannis this year has taken 194 threes. That's 9 less threes than he took last year for the whole year. And he's played so far 34 less games. But anyways, we'll get out of here, man. Shout out to everybody out there that's been watching. We appreciate all of y'all. As always, it's your boy TPJ. Find me on Twitter, Instagram at RealTPJ. That's REELTPJ. It's a film joke. If you don't get it, you damn dummy. As always, this show co-stars rapper extraordinaire Pavy. Go ahead and get your plug in.
As always, man, follow me on Twitter at Pavy World, Pavy World, all one word. Make sure y'all check out the fill-in video, which will be out tomorrow. So if you watch this tomorrow, it'll probably be out actually. So make sure y'all check that out. This guy shot it.
Yes, sir.
Pavverse Volume 2 out right now. Pavverse.com. Go check that out.
Yes, sir. And as always, don't drink and drive. If you drink responsibly and drink in moderation. And as always, if you're under 21 or 18 in Canada, you better not be fucking drinking. Don't do it. It's wrong. Feel free. Follow us on Twitter. Send us an ad. Feel free to complain. Kyle Kuzma's still better than Brandon Ingram. And Luka! And I can't wait because I got to come up with a nickname for Zion. I ain't figured that one out yet. But I'm coming up.
I feel like Zion is good enough.
Nah, I don't.
His name is Zion.
I know. He got to have another name. I got to give him another name. Zion is cool, but he got to have another name.
Zion's a fire name, by the way. Shout out his parents for naming him Zion.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, but anyways, we'll get out here. We'll get out here. We'll get up with y'all later. Everybody on the internet, peace out. We'll holler at y'all later.